That is so funny. He's got a leopard thong on.
Leopard spotted thong.
That is hilarious.
Favorite animal, huh?
God
Spirit
almighty.
animal. I love it.
And like how I don't know what it says about me, but I kind of want to see it from the back. I'm straight as an arrow. I'm curious.
I'm straight as an arrow. I'm curious.
It's like that car accident. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see anyone get hurt, but like, I just want to see the accident a little bit. Oh my gosh.
That's my favorite Zach byline of all time.
I just kind of want to see it from the back.
Oh my God Almighty.
Yeah, please don't.
Oh my God. Well, file that under.
Please do. Please do. Like,
Oh my God.
Slide on your butt.
Oh my God. File that under one of the most bizarre ways to start a radio show of all time, man.
Take care,
Oh
Josh,
my
man.
gosh. How you feeling, Phil?
Like, good. Like, what's going on?
Go ahead. Talk about it.
I love the shirt. I mean, I'm surprised that Mr. Buy here is wearing a.
This is how you pay off a bet, Phil.
You did it in a timely manner, by the way, but it's a Shedeur Sanders Browns, Cleveland Browns shirt. We all know the Browns suck, and we're not, but it's about Shedeur Sanders.
Yes.
And it's his perfect timing pose, which Shedeur
yes.
Sanders did in his preseason game,
Yes.
where he had a really good tribute or a really good
tribute to
start.
himself.
Yeah, right. Really good start. Had a tribute to himself. And Zach Bye is wearing a Shedeur Sanders perfect timing shirt.
Yes.
It's going to be interesting because he's going to probably go in on the Buffs today, and you're going to be wearing this shirt, and everybody's going to see it.
Well, do I wear it for the whole show, or do I wear it for a segment like you wore the Josh Allen jersey for a
so
segment?
you're going to guilt trip me now.
I don't know. I showed grace in a moment where you were struggling. You were down, and I helped you up. You were poor. I gave you a little bit of money. I helped you.
The good thing about people is, some people are different than others.
Yes.
No, if you don't want to wear it the whole time, Zach, man, I mean,
How about
we're going
that?
to talk about the Buffs, and it's going to probably be rough at times.
Yeah, I mean, we will, because Dion, and maybe we'll put it on social media, or in a second we're going to be live on YouTube and DenverSports.com, so you'll be able to see me wearing my Shedeur Sanders. And the reason I bought this and I'm wearing it because I lost my bet to Phil that I thought it was going to be Jahdae Barron as a starting nickel for the Denver Broncos Week 1. I was wrong. Phil was right. It was Jaquan McMillan. So I'm eating my crow. It's all good.
Hey, don't worry, man. We're gonna take a picture together like you did me.
I
don't forget.
I love it. It's okay. I got to take my medicine. But yeah, man, Dion. Hey, you know what my new name for him is? Defensive Dion. And I know you've brought it up in the past as an explanation why he would be so sometimes, not all the time, but edgy with the media. And you will say, man, well, he just gets defensive because, he's I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, my take was, hey, look, Prime is always on the defense mechanism, right? The defense mode where instead of like sitting back and answering questions and explaining what truly went down, he feels like it's him and his crew against the world.
Yep.
And in a way, it is because of how Prime is. It's the Prime effect. Some people are going to love him. Some people are going to hate him. But when he's not doing well or his team's not doing well, he has to find a way to defend what's truly going on. And in a way, I can respect that when you're defending your players, your coaching staff.
Sure.
But some of the things, it's like, Coach Prime, culture is something that's true. All right, finding an established quarterback, that's something that's true.
And if you don't know the context of what he's saying,
well, please do. Please explain.
Dion has been defiant with both of those subjects. Like, I've never heard a coach say, I don't believe in culture. I believe in talent. I never heard that before. I never heard a coach say, what is a solidified quarterback? I have time today. Tell me what that is. And it's like, dude, what the hell? Like, I'm sorry.
So it feels like Prime is always defending himself, his crew, his players, and it's just like, man, some of it just doesn't make sense.
Correct.
And it's okay. It's okay to be wrong. We talk about it with Sean Payton. We talk about it with Coach Prime. We talk about it with ourselves.
Yep.
Right? I'm sitting here saying, hey, the Buffs are going to win 8 games this year. But it's okay to sit here and say, hey, I was wrong.
Sure.
If that isn't the case, it's still early. But if it isn't the case and Buffs don't win 8 games, I'll come to you, Zach, and say, hey, look, I was wrong. I wasn't expecting that. But until that happens, they're still winning at least 6 or 7.
Well, we'll
You
see.
would think.
Well, we will see, because there's a new updated over-under, like a live current present day on September 16th over-under. We'll talk about it later, but the most recent chapter today, and we'll get into it later in the hour, is that, you know, he was asked about an identity. And this is something that you and I and really you have been asking, like, hey, what is the identity of this football team? And so clearly questions like that, I'm not saying from you, but questions like, because everyone's asking these questions. It's a rudderless offense. So what do you hang your hat on? And clearly those questions have got back to Dion, and he didn't like the question today. And he completely, like, not just dismissed the idea of an identity, he kind of like dumped on it almost. It's like, how are you a coach and a leader of men and have a disconnect with culture, a solidified quarterback, and identity? These are core principles of team sports.
Everybody has an identity. Every team needs to have an identity. And if you are successful, you do have an identity, whether it's running the ball, passing the ball, whether it's like, hey, like our defense is our strength, like whatever it is, you have an identity that you lean on. And even in society, like everybody identifies as something, whether it's a boy, girl, whether it's a cat, dog, something. Why are you giggling, man?
No, it's...
like their identity is a real thing. What's the Colorado Buffaloes' identity? We don't know.
No.
And that's an issue. That's an issue because when you don't have an identity, you don't know what you're good at. How are you supposed to win games? How are you supposed to beat really, really good teams when you don't even know who you are and
Correct.
what you're good at doing?
Yep, it's well said. It's well said. All right, we'll circle back to the Buffs here, like I said, just a little bit later this hour and hear from Dion himself. But we were hoping for vast improvement in one crucial area on the Broncos offense. What do we make of it after 2 football games? That is coming up next.
Dover and Cecil.
The right decision is announcing Julian Lewis as the starting quarterback the rest of the season. The answer is Julian Lewis. Stop playing these stupid games. You're not winning anything this year with Caden Salter or Ryan Staub. Let's develop Julian Lewis so that we don't waste next year either.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here to tell you about my friends at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and just simply ask a question here on this Tuesday. How are you feeling today? All right, how did you sleep last night? What is your energy level today? Did you make it to the gym in the last couple days? Maybe you made it there and you just don't have the same gusto that you used to. You don't see the same results or production. And hopefully because of that, you're not putting on weight, maybe even feeling sad or depressed. Guys, if you're feeling sluggish and have low energy and you can maybe connect with what I'm talking about here, it may be low testosterone, which is normal. It does happen to us men. You didn't do anything wrong. But I encourage you, go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com and take the low T quiz on their website. Simple 10-question quiz, yes or no answers, okay? Takes you 2 minutes or less. But from there, you can schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They'll draw your blood. They'll have the results within 30 minutes. A Colorado licensed medical provider will review those results with you, discuss your options. You'll make a decision together with their medical team. There's no pressure. Cost of the appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test. And if you do sign up for testosterone treatment the day of that appointment, your visit is completely free. Fellas, we have one life to live. Don't spend it wondering if you're suffering from low testosterone. Go take the low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's Truck Month at Corwin Toyota. Drive home a new 2025 Tundra with rates as low as 1.75% APR for up to 72 months. Or lease a 2025 Tacoma for just $449 down and $449 a month. With a wide selection of trucks in stock, now's the perfect time to trade in and trade up. Visit us off Pearl Parkway or shop online at CorwinToyotaBoulder.com. Corwin Toyota, family driven for over 100 years. Proud sponsor of Colorado Athletics.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan today at 720-405-3300. That's 720-405-3300.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Mike Evans here for Copperhead Plumbing. Your home doesn't have to flood before you know there's a problem. With the Mow and Flow Smart Water Shutoff System, you can monitor your home's water usage in real time right from your phone. You'll get notified the moment a leak starts. Trust Copperhead Plumbing for professional installation. Ask about installing a Mow and Flow system today.
Copperhead Plumbing, built to last. Call us once, you'll forget the past.
Copperhead Plumbing. They plumb different. They plumb custom.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Tuesday, September 16th. A day later to process, to maybe for a fan out there, trying to reconcile what happened on Sunday afternoon, how it happened. Really, more importantly, not more importantly, but more stunning how it actually happened. How you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm here with you. We had a little laugh at the beginning with Cease with his leopard thong. Shout out
Unbelievable.
To Cease.
Hilarious.
And now we get to do sports talk radio. We get to talk about the damn Denver Broncos. I mean, Zach, life is good. Now, I will say this. You didn't bring up something yesterday that you should have about your son.
Oh,
Football.
gosh,
We got a little time. We got all day. It was a great moment for you, man.
Oh, it was. Yeah, we did. Yesterday it's just a little bit too busy to
for sure. Reaction Monday.
Yeah, to go in business for yourself. But it was a cool moment. It really was a cool moment for my son and for mom and dad. He's playing flag football for the first time, or not for the first time, but for the first time with this team. And it's a new league. It's just an elevated seriousness. And we were doing I-9, which is just an introduction to the sport, which is good. And I'm glad we did it. But he's the youngest kid on the team, and somehow they you would know this a lot better than me. But at the start of these football seasons, it's like they want to see everyone throw. They want to see everyone kick.
They got to figure out who the quarterback is, because guess what? Even in Little League, high school, you have to have a quarterback.
Totally.
And if you have a quarterback, especially in Little League that can move, run around, throw a really good deep ball, you're probably going to win a lot of games because of that.
Well, so they did that, and they I've been saying, like in my own head or to my wife, I'm like, man, our kid has an arm. I didn't have a great arm ever. And for the good stuff that I had athletically, and I was blessed enough to be a good athlete, but when it came to like throwing a baseball, like a far distance, or even being accurate with a baseball, I never excelled. I was good. I was a little league all-star, and
Have you ever heard of a weight room?
Dude, come on. You see what we're working with here.
I mean, you're a little flat.
So they test out all the arms, and they got him playing quarterback. He's the youngest kid on the team. And so, they rotated it out. So there's like 2 to 3 of them.
Yeah.
And, he threw the game-winning touchdown at the end of the day. That's the story.
Oh,
He threw the game-winning touchdown.
Game-winning touchdown, the youngest on the team.
Pretty cool.
Josh Allen moment.
Pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
So
and
you're that dad. You're first of your kid early, huh? Like, you're going to be the next Josh Allen, son.
No, definitely not. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what he chooses, whether it's a sport, whether it's something not sport. And this goes for all the kids out there. At the end of the day, the kids who are the most successful are the ones who are self-motivated. You can't, bro. I was a Division II, nobody. I never made it to the NFL or anything like that. But like, I got my school paid for. Like, I got inducted to my high school Hall of Fame. You know how many times anyone in my life asked me if I worked out? None. No one's checking on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, so.
Well, have you worked out today, Zach?
I have. Yeah, I did actually.
All right,
I
there
did.
you
I
go.
did. I walked 3.5 miles.
Now one person just told you and asked.
but it has to come from within.
It does.
It has to come from within. Like, they intrinsically motivated, where the parents who end up pushing the kids and they either get burned out or having resentment or all that type of stuff.
But it takes one time, like for your son, throwing that game-winning pass.
Yeah.
Like, it takes one time to fall in love with hockey, football, basketball, you name it, baseball.
Yep.
And having fun, being around like-minded kids, being around kids that want to get better and have fun. But that one time of just having that moment, like your son had, that could jumpstart him being in the NFL at some point in his life. Crazy.
Highly doubtful. And I don't even want to, he just, if the kids are having fun, to your point,
yeah,
they'll want to do it more. If you do it more, you get better. And so that's all. And you know what the best part about the day was? Yeah, the moment was cool, and watching him have that success, and it was for the game, and his coaches like picking him up on the field. It was so cool. And
you had a scar after that. You had a cigar, didn't you, say? Pop bottles,
You know what we did after? The whole team, this is my favorite part about the whole team. And this is an established group of parents. We're the new ones. The whole team went out to Fuzzy's Tacos. And all the kids are sitting at the table together. He just met these guys. And again, he's 7. A lot of them are 8. And they're all eating tacos and watching the football games, and they're all chanting. It's the Georgia Tech Clemson game was on. They're all chanting Georgia Tech, Georgia, just having like good fun.
Yeah,
the childhood memories. I just want obviously we want the best for all of our kids. So yeah, that's the story, man. That's the story.
Woo!
Yeah. So to talk big boy football and not bitty boy football. We are hoping for vast improvement in one crucial area on the Broncos offense. What do we make of it, Phil, after 2 games? And you're uniquely qualified to talk about this. How would you describe the Broncos' run game after 2 games?
The Broncos' run game is the strength of this football team. After 2 games of watching, I know there's not a lot to go off of. You had J.K., who ran for 14 carries, RJ, who had 5 last game against the Colts. J.K., I want to say, had 16 carries the first game of the year.
Yep.
RJ had 6.
Yep.
But the reason why I'm saying this right now, running the football, this is the identity of the team, and Sean needs to realize that and move on from it, because you have the linemen for it. You have the running game, the running back, specifically running back in J.K. Dobbins, who is a great running back when it comes to getting downhill. That one-step cut, being patient with the pullers, which Sean has done a better job of being creative with this offense, is pulling Ben Powers and Quinn Miners. That's going to help out. But you also need a running back that understands the scheme.
Sure.
J.K. understands the scheme because he's played in the NFL for 5-6 years now. but he's able to get the tough yards. He's able to be explosive enough to get an 18-yard run, 23-yard run, 19-yard touchdown. J.K. Dobbins has scored in 2 games already because you lean on it a little bit more. But we need to see more of it, Zach, because you do have the offensive line, you have the running backs, but also you have the receivers that block downfield. You have Cortland Sutton, who's 6'4", 220 pounds, that loves to block.
He did a great block on that touchdown run in the tight red.
I'm glad you noticed that. See, like, you're learning. You're growing
I'm
up.
learning.
You're growing up about the receivers. It's not just about catching.
Of course
you have
not.
To block.
Yeah.
You know, Pat Bryant's another one. When he's in, he's blocking his butt off.
Correct.
Troy Franklin's getting down and dirty. You know, he's a skinnier guy, but he's still strong. He's tough, and he's willing to put his nose into somebody and make a block. That's what you have to do to have success. That's what you have to do for a run and a running back to run for a 22, 23, or a 40-yard run. Everybody has to be on the same page. This team is predicated towards running the ball. The identity needs to be running the ball. What did we see the first day of camp? It was run, 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 run. The second day, a little bit more passing, but you still continue to run. And one big thing that the offense continued to work on, the outside zone. The power, mixing it up a little bit. That's something that Sean has done a better job of in the first 2 games of the season, is mixing up the runs. Run the damn ball and you'll have success. It will open up the play action, which then you're going to get Evan Ingram involved. The Joker, at some point, he needs to show out. But then it will give you the one-on-one opportunities to Cortland Sutton, Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, and even Marvin Mims for a huge touchdown. Identity of this team needs to continue to be running the football.
Well, I'll tell you this. You said yesterday, and it almost caught me off guard because I honestly didn't think about it. You said Broncos are lucky J.K. signed here. What would this look like if J.K. Dobbins didn't sign here? That's not to say that R.J. Harvey is off to a bad start or anything like that. But, like, there's clearly a single 1A running back here on this football team that is like the unequivocal starting running back, and it's J.K. And it's almost like, man, say your prayers and eat your vitamins, if I was going to quote Hulk Hogan for him, because his career, the story of his career is his injury history. No one argues whether J.K. Dobbins can play, but the next time that he stays healthy for a season will be the very first time. He has got to find a way, and obviously he's not in control of this. No one wants to get hurt, but I'd be pretty nervous what this running game would look like if he was not in the fold. And R.J. Harvey, his carries went down week over week. We were asking for more. Yeah, he pops that one for 50. That was sweet.
But did he deserve more carries, Zach?
I mean, based off that explosive run, I mean, a 50-yard run is hard to come by in the NFL. But then you look at the 5 carries he did get. I mean, it was paltry. 5 carries for 8 yards, 1.6 yards per.
Well, and that's what I'm asking. Like, hey, you get into a game. Every snap matters. JK is taking advantage of his carries. The first carry of the game went for 18 yards.
Yeah.
RJ had 5 opportunities. Now, of course, that's not enough. A running back needs more to get going. But you have to show this coaching staff, show Sean that, hey, I'm ready to go.
Yep.
You go with the hot hand. So you get as many carries as you want based off of what you do with them. So for RJ, next time, now you understand that, hey, look, this isn't college. You're not going to just get your opportunity after opportunity. If you want more opportunities, break a 10-yard run, 15-yard run, maybe another 50-yard run, and then you will continue to get those opportunities.
All right. Interesting conversation, something that we're going to be monitoring all season long. It's going to be a topic each and every week about the running game. If you want to react to that conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. We asked it all summer long, debated it, dissected it, and downright obsessed over it at points. And now we're getting our answer. I want to talk about a certain member of the Broncos offense coming up next.
Follow us on X at DEN Sports 1043 for up-to-the-minute information and opinions on all things Denver sports. Also, we can still call it Twitter, right? Denver Sports 1043 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions. Like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Is an IRS tax problem keeping you up at night? Join Todd from Advanced Tax Solutions for a free online workshop on Wednesday, September 17th. Todd will cover the 7 solutions to fix an IRS problem and get you on your way to having clarity and a plan with a licensed professional guiding your way. In this free workshop, he'll cover things like when will the taxes expire? It's actually possible this could just go away. You'll learn the IRS program to permanently settle your debt for less than you owe and several other important answers that will help you take control of your IRS problem. Todd will teach you what you need to know to get out of debt with the IRS for good and build a future you can be proud of. Don't pass up this free workshop with a licensed professional with 30 years of IRS resolution experience. Reserve your spot now by calling 303-753-6040.
What's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard. Disappointing offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with Orchard. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale and helping you sell on the market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then once you're all settled in, your Orchard agent helps sell your home on market for top dollar. Here's what one Orchard customer said. I never could have sold without Orchard. I made way more than I expected, and it couldn't have been easier. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Come shop Denver's biggest, most exciting diamond event of the year.
Because this week, get our lowest prices of the year on everything diamond at Williams Jewelers.
It's the Diamond Expo, September 23rd through 27th at both Williams Jewelers.
Come shop the largest selection of gorgeous loose diamonds, every shape, every size, and price range diamonds, including Quiot and Hearts on Fire. It's the Diamond Expo.
Plus thousands of diamond settings from the world's top designers, including Gabriel & Company, A. Jaffe, and Takori.
Everything diamond. Diamond earrings, rings, bracelets, and necklaces at the best prices of the year. It's the Diamond Expo.
Plus, with every purchase of $5,000 or more, you'll receive a pair of half-carat total weight natural diamond studs, a $950 value as our gift.
The Diamond Expo at Williams Jewelers. Save hundreds, even thousands. It's our biggest diamond event of the year.
And the diamond earrings are on us.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Colorado shines.
I'm Dr. Joel Cherdak with Denver Regenerative Medicine. If you're ready to lose weight safely and effectively, we prescribe real GLP-1 medications at standard dosages from licensed U.S. pharmacies, not half-strength drugs from unknown or online sources. Your care is managed by a real medical doctor at a real clinic with telemedicine available. And right now, we're offering a free consultation to help you get started. See real results for under $300 a month. Schedule your free consult today at DenverRegen.com. That's DenverRegen.com.
Attention golf lovers. The city of Aurora has you covered this fall. Home to 5 beautiful courses. There's no better place to play than Aurora. What's up, guys? It's Zach here. I enjoy leaf peeping every fall, but instead of heading to the mountains, I'm heading to my local Aurora golf courses. Saddle Rock, Aurora Hills, Spring Hill, Meadow Hills, and Murphy Creek have stunning Rocky Mountain views with the fall colors we adore. For more information and to book a tee time, visit golfaurora.com and give them a follow on Facebook, X, and Instagram at golfaurora.co.
Get 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers plus fries and drink with Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Claim per marketing research company.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
We talked about it all summer long, debated it, dissected it, and on some days downright obsessed over it. And we're starting to get our answer here. The wide receiver 2 conversation.
Wide receiver 2.
Wide receiver 2. It was a huge theme of the summer, probably one of like 4 or 5 big themes that we talked about with the Broncos, in addition to like the improved run game.
Yeah, I want to say it was, if not number 1, it was number 2.
I agree.
You can go with the run game, number 1,
yeah.
receiver 2.
Or like a Bo Nix
2.
sophomore slump or jump, that conversation. The newcomers, that was another big theme. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it was probably right there, number 2, talking about wide receiver number 2. And it's hard to make a better impression through the first 2 games than Troy Franklin has. And that was on the heels of a summer that could not have been more different than his rookie summer.
No, Zach, I mean, you're telling the truth right there. His rookie year, he was not good. It was not good enough. Now, towards the end of the year, going into the playoff game against Buffalo, we're talking about Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin was able to have that explosive 43-yard bomb, nice throw by Bo, to score the only touchdown in that playoff game against Buffalo. But then you go into the next year. Let's just start OTAs. OTAs, Sean went up to the podium and said, hey, he's a different guy this year.
Yep.
He looks a little bit different. Now, with OTAs, we weren't able to see a lot because they don't let you see a lot. But then camp came rolling around. Yeah, Cortland Sutton, who had this hybrid hold-in going on, that gave someone like Troy Franklin more opportunities because now the number 1 receiver is not there. You have to fill that void. So Troy Franklin, maybe Troy Franklin would get like 3 or 4 or 5 opportunities. Now you're getting 6, 7, 8 opportunities. But what are you doing with those? Are you taking advantage of them? Troy Franklin did that every single day during camp. We talked about Troy Franklin, whether it was an explosive play from Jarrett Stidham or Bo Nix for a 50-yard post route, fade route, or it was just him making a really good catch, coming back to the ball, making a really, really good catch, or even in some of the special teams drills. You still had Troy Franklin making plays in special teams. But what I'm trying to get at is Troy Franklin was the most consistent receiver. Take Cortland out of it because Cortland was dealing with something. He was dealing with his contract. Troy Franklin was the most consistent receiver, in my eyes, that was out there throughout camp.
No, I agree with you. I agree. And, Mims wasn't very active in the summer. Vele dealing with an injury. By the way, you see he got in the end zone on Sunday for the Saints. He did have a little something prepared. But it was Franklin. It was. And we weren't sure how it was going to translate to actual games. But in the first game, it was 4 for 44.
4 for 44.
Right? And then in the second game, 8 receptions. 8? For what was it, 89?
8 for 89. He had 9 targets.
I mean, it's hard to have a better target to reception ratio. And we talked about this in the preseason with Troy Franklin. Last year, he caught only 52% of the passes that came his way. At the highest level, you're not looking for a coin flip receiver. And so there was some issues there. And now it's 60% through 2 games.
I'll tell you this. Troy Franklin, and I've been on the other side of it with Marvin Mims. I'm saying, hey, Marvin Mims could be that guy, like give him a chance. Marvin Mims is still going to be really good. I mean, he had a 24-yard touchdown against the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix was able to find him. Like, we need to continue to stretch the field with Mims. He's athletic enough. He has the speed. But Troy Franklin, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say it. Troy Franklin is receiver 2. Moving forward, Zach. He needs to be, and he is, because of his ability to stretch the football field, his ability to run routes, not just deep balls.
Yeah, like straight line speed, yes.
You can also do screens, which the Denver Broncos did a lot of screens with Troy.
You could just see Sean Payton was just making a concerted effort to get the ball in his hands. And credit to him, Troy Franklin right now is the best yak guy that the Broncos have.
Mentality.
By a significant margin, by the way.
That's all about mentality. That's all about, hey, I'm catching the ball, I'm getting upfield, I'm breaking that first tackle. It's all about the confidence. Right now, Troy Franklin has so much confidence, it's insane. Rub some of that off on some of your other teammates, Troy, and you know where it started? It wasn't a catch. It was in the Colts game. All right, and it was a screen pass that Marvin Mims didn't get the block for. And Kenny Moore, shout out Kenny Moore, number 23 cornerback, really good player, undrafted, made a lot of money for himself. He blew that play up and started talking stuff to Troy. So sometimes with receivers, once you get hit, you can do two things. You can get up and you can go back after it, or you can kind of get back in and kind of go into your shell. Not Troy Franklin. After that hit, that's when Troy Franklin became a monster. That's when Bo Nix was able to find him down the sideline for a 42-yard reception and then turn around in that same drive and have that 3-yard touchdown. Troy Franklin grew up against the Colts, and it started with saying, you know what? Screw everything else. I know what I can do in this league. Get me the ball. That's a mentality thing. That's confidence, and Troy Franklin has it all, man. He's a receiver, too, moving forward. Sean, get him more involved so we can have more explosive plays. It will open up Evan Ingram at some point whenever he wakes up, and it will open up Cortland Sutton, who is our receiver 1.
You want to know what's so encouraging to see, too, and I just didn't have it on my bingo card with Troy? It looks like he likes contact.
He loves it.
He is embracing the contact of football, and a lot of guys in his position that have his build shy away from it, and he is leaning into it. And
look at you.
If you
similar built in Troy. You like to shy away from contact.
No. We're both slender, tough, wiry strength guys. But with Troy, if I said to our audience 13 days ago that through 2 weeks, and it's just 2 weeks, so we're not fitting him for his Hall of Fame jacket.
No, but he is receiver 2 in my eyes.
No, he is. I'm not disagreeing with you. I have a question relating to that could even, it's not a hot take, but I'm just going to ask the question here in a second. But if I told you 15 days ago that through 2 weeks of football, Troy Franklin was going to have more yards after a catch than Brock Bowers or CeeDee Lamb, what would you have said?
You're lying.
He's 16th in the NFL through 2 weeks in yak. And so the catch reliability through 2 weeks, 60% up from 52%. Check. The toughness that you're seeing, embracing contact, check. The speed's been on display down the left sideline in the scramble drill week 2.
Yeah.
Check. Yards after catch, check.
End around. He had one carry for 11 yards. So he's tough.
Here's my question. He's leading the Broncos in receiving right now. It's too early to talk about prorating numbers, okay? But guess what? I'm hosting a sports talk radio show. I'm going to prorate numbers. Troy Franklin's on pace for 1,130 yards.
I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care.
So, am I saying that he's going to go for over 1,100 yards? I'm not, and that's not the point. It's not the point. But the fact that Troy Franklin through 2 games had to make me pull out my calculator on my iPhone and start doing math is a testament to his growth year over year.
And this is great for Troy. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. You're going to have opportunities. Why? Because they're going to continue. The other teams, you have the Chargers that you're going to have to go in there and beat them. They are going to key in on Cortland Sutton because he's receiver 1. What does that mean? That they may double Cortland at times. What does that mean? Troy Franklin, you're one-on-one. If it's man, beat the guy in front of you, which you have the speed to do. One thing about football is if you have the speed, you could beat anybody. Speed kills in football especially, and nobody can teach that. Troy Franklin has a God-given gift. Utilize that more, Sean. I want to see him run and open up more than he has been. And I know it was week 2 last week. We're going into week 3, but this is the time to do it. You lost against the Colts. That can't happen again. Utilize all the talent around you.
Does Troy Franklin possess the potential to be wide receiver number 1? I want to hear you answer that question coming up next.
Is it time to push the panic button up in Boulder?
They don't have an identity on offense. They don't have an identity on defense. And when you're a team that lacks a complete identity,
they're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Feels like a 4 or 5 win team.
Yep.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
If you've been living on credit cards just to cover groceries, gas, and bills, you know those interest rates are brutal. Why keep paying 20% or more to the banks when you could call my friends at American Financing? They have mortgage rates in the 5s, and they are showing people every day how to keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket. Right now, American Financing is helping homeowners save an average of $800 a month by using their equity to wipe out high-interest debt with no upfront fees, no obligation, and just just a 10-minute call to a salary-based mortgage consultant. And here's the kicker. If you start today, you could delay 2 mortgage payments, putting even more cash in your hands right away. Don't wait. Call American Financing now at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.327% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
What's better than a free meal? How about a free meal and a trunk full of free groceries? Yep, we've got it for you. It's the best free meal in all of Denver. It's every first and third Thursday of the month at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road in Aurora at Eastern Hills Community Church. You just pull up, pop the trunk, we'll put groceries in the trunk and pass you your meals through the window, and you're off and running. There's no questions asked. So if you need it or you know somebody that needs it, it's every first and third Thursday, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code from our friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much, they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season. So I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Fitness Gallery, selling the world's finest fitness equipment.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, going into overtime with the conversation that we were just having. Troy Franklin has kicked the door down to the 2025 season. All right, coming off the best game that he has ever played. Career high 8 receptions, 89 yards, a touchdown, an explosive play of over 40 yards, longest play of the day for the Broncos.
Practice how you play. Isn't that funny how Troy Franklin had a consistent camp, was very explosive during camp, had really good preseason games, and all of a sudden you're looking up in its regular season against the ones, and he's still having success? He works hard. That's what Bo Nix has been saying. That camp showed that he went to work, whether it was the offseason and focused up. Then he got into the facility and said, hey, look, I want to take the next step. He obviously is taking coaching. He's listening to people like Cortland Sutton, and it's paying off.
Well, excellent start. Hard to argue against the fact that he's wide receiver number 2. But his skill set, talent was never a question with Troy Franklin. It was just about the reliability and the consistency, right? And I had someone, it was a listener, over the weekend on social media, tweeting positively about Troy Franklin, and someone said, you and Phil wanted to cut him last summer. I said, well, file that under things that have never been said. And he went back and dug up a video from last summer, and he's like, here's your receipt.
Here you go, buddy.
LMAO. I watched the video, and of course we never had said that. But what we did say is, man, like with his summer leading up to the season, it was about as rough of a summer as you could have.
You're talking about rookie year.
That's all. And that is just the facts. That was us relaying. What's happening now doesn't make that conversation last July untrue. But if you're doing this job the right way, with new information comes new opinions. You don't stay hardened into your take. You have to be receptive to what your eyes are seeing. And so I just have to ask, and I tossed it at you at the end of the previous segment, his talent is such, and now you're seeing the production where I'm going to ask, is there at some point in his future, I'm not talking about week 3, I'm not talking about this season.
In his career.
In his career, does Troy Franklin have number 1 attributes, a wide receiver 1?
Troy Franklin can be a number 1 receiver in this league if he can stay consistent. Because what we have seen from him so far, the breaking tackles, the run after the catch, all right, the mentality of I can run down the middle of the field and catch with my hands. The way that he is able to get separation, which a lot of receivers are fast, but are you that fast? Troy Franklin is a fast receiver that if you blink, you're not catching him. He has everything to be a receiver 1. He just needs time. He needs more confidence. He needs more reps. And Bo Nix to continue to throw his way. But also for Troy, it's like if you want to become a number 1 receiver, make the big plays. Right? Why do we talk about Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase? They make big plays every single game. They are going to come up big. When Bo Nix in crunch time, all right, it's 3rd and 3 again. You want Bo Nix looking your way saying, hey, I trust you to get open. That's when you become a receiver 1. Over time, I do believe as long as Troy Franklin can stay healthy and he can continue with this mentality, this mindset, and continue to get better, he will be a receiver 1 in this league, and it's going to be for the Denver Broncos.
Wow. I'll say this, sort of like
I'm bullish on Troy right now, man.
Well, how can you not be?
I really like what I'm seeing. Like the bounce back from rookie year to now, it's just like, wow, man. Like you blocked out all the noise and you are just playing football, and it's fun to watch.
Well, I'll say this: it's hard to ignore. It's right there in front of our face. But I'll give you a smidge more credit that it was during the summer. You were saying Troy Franklin's the most consistent wide receiver out here. And that was with respect to Vele and Mims, because I think the assumption was based on the last 7 games of the year that it was going to be Mims to take that jump.
Yeah.
And Sutton had his deal going on, and so you were buying the stock early, a little bit earlier than I was. But now what we're seeing, now that the games have kicked off and it's live in front of the world 2 Sundays in a row, I'm not going to say he's undeniable, but because I don't know the future and we haven't seen him do it over the course of a season, so we're still going to be examining this thing week by week. But it's hard to have a better 2-week start considering how his rookie year went than these last 2 weeks.
Well, tell me this. I'm asking you now. In order for the Denver Broncos to win, let's say 12 games this year, who needs to be a better version of themselves, Marvin Mims or Troy Franklin?
I mean, they're both so talented, but I'll say Troy Franklin. And it goes back to what I said about Marvin Mims for a while now. Marvin Mims is a weapon. Marvin Mims can be an X factor. But he still does not strike me as a down-to-down, series-by-series, quarter-by-quarter, half-by-half, game-by-game route runner. Troy Franklin is more representative of that profile. So I would say Troy.
And I'm agreeing with you on that. It is Troy. Like for me, when I was playing, that guy was Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders was the guy that you were going to get him the ball no matter what. That guy got open. Truly, till this day, I sit back and I'm like, how the hell do you get open?
Tactician, man.
Man, and his mentality was just like a running back. They're like, I'm going to outwork you. I'm going to be physical. I'm going to break a couple tackles, and I have the speed to do it. Now, for Troy, it's like you got to be consistent. That's something that Emmanuel was, very consistent.
Yep.
But that was the guy for me when I was playing. It was like, you're going to get Emmanuel going no matter what. Even if Demaryius Thomas is there, Emmanuel Sanders is going to get his targets.
Yep, and on certain Sundays, Emmanuel was the number one.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I'll say this, they both share a certain attribute. And Troy's actually bigger than Emmanuel. Emmanuel's not very big. Emmanuel's, 5'11". That's what he was listed at. I would say closer to 5'10", after standing next to him a bunch.
You sizing him up, huh?
Not sizing him up.
Were you trying to get actives at?
Not trying to get active with him.
Size him up just in case I have to fight him.
No, definitely
not.
not.
He's about 5'8".
But Troy's listed at 6'2". I mean, he's several inches bigger than Emmanuel. But one thing that they both share, the quality, and we just talked about it in the previous segment, Emmanuel Sanders was never afraid to stick his nose in there. Emmanuel Sanders was not scared to go across the middle and go play in traffic. And Troy, not to the degree of Emmanuel yet, and maybe it's just a matter of time, but he is like showing some of those same qualities of like, dude, I am not scared to get this nose dirty.
That dog mentality.
Yeah.
You have to have it in this game. Like, you have to have a little craziness to you for you to be successful in this league. Troy Franklin, right now, he looks like he has it, but can you continue to keep it? Can you continue to be consistent? That's going to be the question through 15 more games this year.
All right. Good conversation. Good conversation. And I'm thankful that we're having it. I like the dynamics of it because we're reacting to real production, real NFL production. Okay. What do we make of the updated over-under win total for Deion Sanders and the Buffs? We're going to hear from Deion. And also, is the Broncos' reputation matching up with recent reality? We'll examine the perception versus the performance because we are on the doorstep of 25 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk, and we're going to attack it next.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
What is up, guys? Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, guys, these are definitely game changers that you are not going to want to miss out on. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then you need to give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Hey, it's Zach. Winter's coming. Don't wait. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the snow flies. 15-year low-interest financing with no prepayment penalty. Call now for your free quote and see how low your payment can go. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Are you one of those people who dread going to the dentist? If so, have you tried sedation dentistry? Learn more about sedation dentistry at coloradosedation.com. Sit back, relax, and dream with the most experienced sedation dentist and staff at Clarkson Dental.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. Fall has arrived, which makes now the perfect time to call your air duct cleaning experts,
Ductworks at 303-425-0985. Ductworks complete ventilation cleaning packages, scrapes and vacuums every inch of your system, removing dirt, dust, and debris other companies leave behind. Here's why that matters. Your heating system kicks on in the fall. Dirty ducts can reduce efficiency, raise your energy bills, push dust into your home's air. A professional cleaning now helps your furnace run better, last longer, and keep your family breathing cleaner air. Don't wait until the first cold snap when everyone else is scrambling. Get ahead of the rush. Call Ductworks today at 303-425-0985 or visit ductworks.com for your free residential and commercial estimate. Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
303-425-0985.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or place stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text STUDENT to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text STUDENT to 323232 right now. Text STUDENT to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's STUDENT to 323232. Text STUDENT to 323232 now.
A careless driver caused your crash. Medical bills are piling up, and you might not be able to work. Life just got a lot more expensive, and you don't know what to do. At Berg Simpson, your consultation is absolutely free. We'll explain your legal options at no cost to you. Help starts with a phone call to us.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
Do you want the lowest rate for life? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed. APR is 5.89.
Did you say 4.75% fixed for 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I want that, but what if rates fall?
Our lowest rate for life program takes over. If rates fall even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee and no limits to the number of times used. Only at U.S. Mortgages. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392-126.
Most business owners and decision makers work hard but stay frustrated because customers simply don't know they exist. Marketing isn't about being flashy. It's about making sure people understand how you solve their problem. Audio, video, and online campaigns put your message where your customers are already paying attention. And your friends at Denver Sports, they specialize in connecting customers to businesses. The moment you get clear and show up consistently, growth follows. Don't stay the best kept secret in town. Visit DenverSports.com and click on the Advertise with Us button and start growing today.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you here on a Tuesday, September 16th. Thank you guys so much for being here. We have a really fun show planned today, and I mean it. You know, I know I say it at the end of every first hour, but I have meant it here for months and months. These shows have been flying by, and that first hour was an absolute just blur. And we've only just begun.
Ooh,
we've only just begun.
Isn't that Luther? Little Luther for you. We only just begun.
I think it's before Luther.
Okay.
I think Luther might have covered it. I want to say that. I think that song's from the 60s.
Oh, we're going to figure that out.
Yeah, we can do a little recon on it. So the Troy conversation went a little bit long. Troy Franklin. I wanted to get to the Dion stuff. And I also want to talk about, is the Broncos' reputation matching up with recent reality, and examining the perception versus the performance over the course of a stretch of games. We'll hit the pause button on that conversation briefly. I want to talk about your CU Buffs, because today's the day we heard from Deion Sanders. And Deion is let's just go over some of the fundamentals. Did not name a starting quarterback, but he says he knows who is going to start. He's not going to tell the media, and the number one thing he's looking for is leadership and consistency at that position. I think you and I are going to be synced up on this. Caden Salter is starting Saturday night against Wyoming.
Yep. Caden Salters, when you talk about leadership, a lot of people in that building say that Caden Salter likes to talk, likes to lead. He leads by example. He's the one that's in the huddle talking to the team. And actually, if you watch the games, he's always talking to the players. Consistency, he's probably the most consistent quarterback that we have right now. Juju's too young and hasn't had that opportunity to prove us right or wrong. Ryan Staub is a guy that it was like a long shot. It's like, hey, throw him in there, see if he sticks. So when Caden Salter, you know what you're going to get out of him. He is going to run the football. Now you need to do a better job of catering towards his strength, which is RPO. Run pass option, handing the ball off, utilizing his legs, maybe a couple more screens and dump downs so he doesn't have to throw deep balls all day. Although with Pro Football Focus, it had the Buffs offensive line rated pretty high when it comes to pass blocking.
Okay.
You know, that's something that over time we'll see if that holds up. But for Caden Salter, he is the older guy in the building that you were going to go with at the beginning of all this. So he's going to be the guy that you go with now. Now stick with him until you decide that you want to play Juju, and that's the future. But until then, and you think that you have a chance to win 6, 7, 8 games, you have to roll with somebody you can rely on, and that's Caden Salter.
So what's old is new again.
Yeah. Yes.
That is a quick sequence to be the starter, get pulled as the starter, and then be named the starter once again if this happens the way that we think it is, all with before kickoff of week 4.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why I said, and it's not hyperbole or an exaggeration, the CU quarterback situation has turned into the single most chaotic quarterback situation in all college football. And so, but we agree, it's going to be Salter this weekend. It's going to be Caden Salter. And so it'll be week 1 was Salter. Week 2, it was a triple threat match where Ryan Staub cashed in his money in the bank.
Triple threat.
And took the job for a week. He got the start in week 3.
Yeah.
And then it's back to Salter in week 4. So we'll see how it goes. CU should win on Saturday night. They're a 2-touchdown favorite against the Cowboys. So
should, Zach, but you have to go out there and do it, and everybody has to be on the same page. And you can't have another game where you have 6 drives and 6 3-and-outs. 6 3-and-outs. You don't help your defense. You don't help your offense get in their rhythm.
That's a disturbing
It
stat.
cannot happen again, or you'll be in a dogfight with Wyoming.
You want another couple of disturbing stats?
Yeah, go ahead and throw it at me.
All right. CU had the football for 2 minutes and 11 seconds in the third quarter.
What?
Yeah. Houston had the ball for 12 minutes and 49 seconds. Crazy. I can't remember a single quarter with that type of disadvantage. Not saying it hasn't happened, because I know it has, but I just don't remember a comp. Houston averaged 15 yards per catch. That is a huge number. And CU was 4 for 14 on third down. That's less than 30%. So they have a lot to figure out in a short period of time. This is the last opponent on the schedule where CU will be such an overwhelming favorite like this. I think it's 13.5. I think it opened at 14.5, I want to say. It's down to 13.5.
Somebody's hitting Wyoming.
Someone hit that number.
Come on.
And moved it. So I might have had a hand in it.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I can't confirm or deny. I don't know.
You're talking about Colorado Knifey today. You have your Shedeur Sanders.
I do have
perfect timing shirt on.
If you want to see my shirt, because I had to pay off my bet that Jade Barron, I thought he was going to be the starting nickel week 1 against Tennessee. It was Jaquan McMillan. Phil was right. I was wrong. I had to buy a Shador Sanders perfect timing shirt. I even wore a watch in here today. And so I could do the perfect timing. You can watch the show at DenverSports.com. We're live right there, or on YouTube. So the other chapter to the story today that is making some waves. Deion Sanders asked about the identity of his Buffs. This is what he said.
I don't care what kind of car we pull up in. Long as we pull out of here with a W, I'm good. So I don't really get into the identity thing, not whatsoever. I would like to do some things better. We like to stop the run. We like to run the ball. We like to be consistent offensively and defensively. We'd love to do those things better, but I can't be narrowed down with, what's your identity? What does that mean? What does that mean, what's your identity? I don't even know what that means. Excuse you?
And if you can't hear, the reporter says, what you're known for.
I don't think we can hang our hat out.
He went on to say, what you're known for, what you do best, what you hang your hat on.
I love it, though.
And see, but improvement here.
They're listening.
Because last week, Deion said, he was asked about a solidified quarterback. He said, what's a solidified quarterback? I got time today. Tell me what a solidified quarterback is. And no one said anything. And you could have answered it in a bunch of different ways. I would have just started naming Big 12 starting quarterbacks. Rocco Becht, solidified quarterback.
Yeah.
Sam Levitt. I'm trying to stick to the Big 12.
Well, stick to his son. Be like, hey, man, a solidified quarterback was your son last year.
Josh Hoover, TCU. There you go. Shador. Avery Johnson, maybe to a lesser degree. But I mean,
I blame his dad and his brother for that. Avery Johnson
set a bad tone week one, man. The puddle fight, the puddle fight in Ireland. So I'm going to let him continue here, but you can't hear the reporter well there, so I just wanted to emphasize what he actually said.
Like Ohio State won the national championship, right? What did they hang their hat on? Running the football, but they had two. You can't hang your hat on two running backs. That's not nothing to hang your hat on. It's got to be. Everybody got two running backs. They can't kick your butt down the line.
Okay, so and he went on a little bit, and he's acting confused. He doesn't know what identity means to football.
Well, he's defending himself again.
Defensive Deion.
You know, it is, and it's one of these things where it's like, Deion, like it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to have an identity. You know what identity is, like the way that you grew up. All right, for Coach Prime back in the day, where culture was a big thing, where identity was a big thing. You know what identity is. You just don't have it on this football team, and it's okay to say, hey, we're looking for that. We're looking for it because we're trying to figure out who we are. If you're Colorado, who are you?
What do you do well? At? Yeah. What are you good at?
What are you good at? Can you run the ball? Can you pass the ball? Special teams. Do you guys have a good special teams? Defensively, are you good with zone or man? Like, there's identities within units. So as a team, who do you guys want to be? For us, when I was playing for Coach Mike McIntyre, our identity was, Phil and the running backs, you're going to get 25 to 30 carries as a group, in that we care about winning, that we're going to spread this ball around, but it starts with the run game. And we're going to lean on this defense that's really, really good, that we had 7 or 8 guys get drafted. Let's be real. Like, hey, you guys are good as an offense, but it's about the defense. And as long as they do your job, they do their job and you score a couple touchdowns, we will win. But when things go wrong, we're going to run the football. That's what we did. The Buffs now, when things go wrong, you look at each other, and they look at each other and say, well, who's going to make a play? There's no going back to the basics. There's no going back to the bread and butter, and we're going to run these couple plays, these couple pass plays, these couple run plays, get back on track. You have to have an identity. So for Coach Prime to say that, it's like, come on, man, you do know what identity is. You guys don't have one.
Yeah, and at the nucleus of him being defensive over the question of what's the identity of your football team, it is simply because he doesn't know. There isn't an answer. But the plan was what? All we heard leading up to the season. This was going to be a team that runs the football. They have the guys up front to do it. Big, physical offensive line. You got the transfer that I heard so much about from Incarnate Word, and that was the plan. And they're not executing the plan.
Well, then Deion goes on to say, like, well, Ohio State won the national championship. Well, Ohio State won. Their identity is their offensive line every year. They're going to be good up front, offensively and defensively. But also, they had 2 running backs that made it to the NFL. Travion Henderson and Judkins.
Yep.
2 bona fide running backs that you can lean on when things get tough for your quarterback. So you do need 2 running backs if you want to have success. I had a running back behind me by the name of Kyle Evans, a smaller guy, but he was able to help us win football games. Himself broke off a couple runs to help us win football games. You need to have more than just one guy at those positions, receiver, running back, cornerbacks. Like those guys, you need multiple of them to have success. So, yes, you do need 2 running backs. You have 4 right now.
Well,
man.
We'll see what it looks like on Saturday, but I am far more curious and interested of what it looks like beyond Saturday. Because after this weekend, and this is, by the way, no disrespect in any way, shape, or form to Wyoming at all, okay? But this should be a game where Wyoming is punching out of their weight class going up against a Big 12 opponent who's playing at home. So I'm just going to assume they're going to take care of business on Saturday night. And after that, the challenge that awaits them, BYU in Boulder, down at TCU in what is a payback game for the game 1 of the 23 season.
Yep.
Rocco Beck and Iowa State coming to Boulder, the 12th ranked team in the country.
They're undefeated still, right?
Yes.
Iowa State, yeah.
Yep.
See?
Yep. And number 16, Utah, on the road in Salt Lake, who is also undefeated. And by the way, after Utah, before the season started, I thought the Buffs were going to be favored at home against Arizona. Arizona's also undefeated. And then you go to Morgantown. And then they face Arizona State, who is just in the college football playoff and has got a bona fide solidified quarterback. Solidified quarterbacks do exist.
And a really good run game.
Really good run game. Really good head coach in Kenny Dillingham. And Kansas State's season is not off to a good start at all. They're 1-3, so I don't know the dynamics of the last game of the season, but you're still going to have to go on the road and win that. So after this week, I used to go to this basketball camp when I was younger. It's called Nowhere to Hide.
Ooh, that's a scary one right there.
Nowhere to Hide basketball camp. And it was a lot of 3-on-3. And I remember my college coach saying, you go to 3-on-3, there's nowhere for you to hide. There's just you and 2 other teammates out there. This schedule, after this week, there's nowhere to hide. So we're going to see how quickly the Buffs can improve. Sean Payton talks about the race to improve through the first 4 games of the season. The Buffs...
But how do you feel about it? Like, how do you feel about the race to improve? But you don't know where to start if you're the Buffs right now. You don't have an identity. You don't have a couple plays that you can go back to every time you start to struggle.
But here's what could be a larger problem. Is say you don't have an identity. Deion doesn't think that they need one. He's resistant to the even question.
I think. See, this is the thing. Here it comes. I believe that Deion's just defending his team, his players, his staff, and himself.
That in his heart, he really knows.
In his heart, he knows that you have to have an identity. Come on.
That's insane. I mean, yeah, he shouldn't have said that. But it's the same thing. I've never heard a coach say, "I don't believe in identity." I've never heard a coach say, I don't believe in culture, I believe in talent. I've never heard a coach say, what's a solidified quarterback? Tell me what that is. I've never heard a coach say, I build from the outside in the game of football, not inside out. It all comes from
if you have a really good
Deion.
Solidified quarterback, identity for your team, you're going to win a lot of games. Because you know who you are, you know what you do really good, and you know that you can lean on a quarterback that you can trust. We knew that in 2016 we had Sefa Luafau that was going to give us his all. That every time he stepped on that football field, he was going to make the right decisions. And that even when he was hurt, he was going to be out there.
Yep.
And that he was tough, but you knew that you could rely on him. If you don't have a quarterback that you can rely on and you get in that huddle and he's not believable, like we talked about with Ben DiNucci saying that,
sure,
hey,
yeah.
The Cowboys cut me because they didn't believe I was believable in the huddle, which is insane. But if that is the case, how are you supposed to win games? How are you supposed to break the huddle and say, you know what, we can do this?
Yep.
And be confident enough to go out there and execute that play. There's a lot to this, and you only have one more game to get things right. Is that enough time? We're fixing to find out.
Yeah, we'll see. An example of an identity. Now, this might be to the extreme. Air Force. You know what you're going to get from Jay Calhoun, and they're cycling guys up. They graduated everyone from the team 2 years ago, so I'm not saying they're going to be good or anything.
But you know what they're going to do.
Yes, you know
the mentality. You know what they want to do, how they're going to do it, but can you stop it?
Yep. The Baltimore Ravens identity, right? So, all right, shifting gears here a little bit. Is the Broncos' reputation matching up with recent reality? I want to examine what has turned into a little bit, to a certain degree. I don't want to get carried away here. But perception versus the performance, it's not necessarily matching up if you look at recent history. And here's what I mean. Do you think it's fair to throw out the final game of the 24 season against Kansas City when they rested everyone? It was like a scout team, it was 38-0.
Yeah, I mean, like it helped us get to the playoffs. But we all know, like, hey, look, it was a JV team out there. You're not going to sit down and think about that game again. Yeah, Zach, I think it's fair.
Yeah, we learned very little from that game. It was not representative of NFL football. So in the following exercise, we're going to throw out that last game, and we're going to look at the last 7 games for the Denver Broncos defense, moving backward from this past week. This past week, they gave up 29 points and 473 yards. Okay? Week 1, stellar vice grip type of performance. 12 total points, 133 yards. We know that there's some context to that. Cam Ward's first ever game, but still, you earned that. The Buffalo loss in the playoffs. 31 points, 477 yards. We're throwing out the KC game that would have preceded the Bills game. So you go to the Cincinnati game. They gave up 30 points and 499 yards. The game prior to that, it was the Chargers, who scored 34 points and accumulated 380 yards. The game prior to that was the Cleveland Browns, who scored 32 points on Monday Night Football and accumulated, and I can't believe this is true, 552 yards.
The Jerry Jeudy game.
The Jerry Jeudy payback game.
Jerry Jeudy game.
That means, though, Phil, over a 7-game sample size, it's not a full season, but it's also not a game or two. In the last 7 games, the Broncos defense is allowing an average of 26 points and 403 yards. If you looked at last year's NFL season, 26 points a game would have ranked 29th in the NFL, and 403 yards allowed would have ranked 31st in a league of 32. The defense on Sunday allowed 3 pass plays of over 40 yards in the first half alone. The Colts averaged 9.8 yards on first down. Have we, and I'm including myself here, have we mismanaged to a certain degree our expectations with this defense, talking about they can be number 1, top 5 should be the floor, when the previous 7 football games that they have played, you're averaging giving up 26 points and over 400 yards.
No, I'm not going to say we mismanaged that. At least for me, I'm not gonna sit here and say it right now. It's only week 2, and I know you're talking about a bigger sample size of last year, but we also had 63 sacks. We also had the reigning defensive player of the year in Pat Surtain. We also just paid a lot of these players like Zach Allen, Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper was paid last year. So this team has what it takes. We talked about it on paper. But when you watch this crew, when they're doing everything the right way, when everybody is starring in their role, doing their part, they play really good football. So I'm not ready to say, hey, we're mismanaging this, or we're not saying the right things. I truly believe that this team can be a top 5 defense again and still be number 1, but they have to make changes. And the changes are, hey, tackle, inside linebackers, Alex Singleton, Justin Sternad until Dre Greenlaw can get back in the mix. You guys have to come up and plug holes, put the defensive linemen in the right gaps. Zach Allen, you're going to have to be stout. It's not all about just going and sacking the quarterback. It's stopping the run too, being disciplined with that. And for Vance Joseph, I said this last year, and I'm going to say it again. There's two things. You have to make adjustments at halftime. And if you cannot do that, you will get beat against teams that go in and make adjustments, especially if they're really good and they have a good quarterback. But also the disguise of the blitzes. We try to bring pressure and bring blitzes from the inside linebacker, Alex Singleton, Justin Sternad, and Jonathan Taylor, and some of the running backs were able to pick that up. Well, now there's leakage in the coverage. And if you have a smart quarterback like Daniel Jones, who has played a lot of football, and he understands that there's a pressure coming, the running back picks it up, there's not another guy in coverage to help you out. So now there's a hole in the coverage. And if you are able to get there or understand it as a quarterback, you're able to diagnose the play, the coverage fast, you know I'm going to hit my hot route right away. Quarterbacks that are good like Justin Herbert will do that to you. So for VJ moving forward, disguise your blitzes. Hufanga can come off a blitz. Brendan Jones can come off of a blitz. You got someone like Jaquan McMillan who came off a blitz against Cam Ward.
End of the game.
Mix it all up to confuse a quarterback, especially when you're playing against Justin Herbert or Patrick Mahomes. They are going to understand schemes, coverages, leverages because they've played a lot of football.
Are you concerned, by what you saw this past week? I know you're still hopeful that they can be a top 5 defense. You said that at the top, but
yeah.
is
no, I'm not concerned at all.
Okay,
I'm not concerned at all because they have a bunch of guys in that building that want to get better, that are coachable, that want to make these plays, and they're going to be able to communicate. That's one thing I think that the Denver Broncos lacked, and it showed on Jonathan Taylor's wheel route touchdown, was communication.
Sure.
Everybody has to be on the same page. And as long as everybody's on the same page doing their part, they will have success. They will be able to get the pressure, force the quarterback into making bad decisions. But if you don't get pressure on these quarterbacks, and I keep bringing up Justin Herbert because we're getting ready to play him, they will pick us apart.
On the RamosLaw.com text line, when is Dre Greenlaw coming back? Everyone wants to know that, guys. We just don't know. We just don't know. And I would just we can be
optimistic.
Yeah, we can be optimistic about Greenlaw or even excited, but I would just caution the over-dependence on someone you've never seen play in orange and blue, and we've seen play about 3 games in 2 years. So I know for myself, I have pumped the brakes a while ago on this. I have no idea. Like, from an expectation standpoint, it's almost down to 0.
Well, we have to see him out there. He wasn't out there. He wasn't available during OTAs, dealing with the strain quad. He wasn't out there during camp. And none of the preseason games. Hasn't been able to play yet in a regular season game. So, yeah, we can be optimistic. We can be excited about Dre Greenlaw because the hype around him. But he has to be available for that to happen. And let me just tell you guys this about Dre Greenlaw. And I played against him. Alex Singleton, Dre Greenlaw, they are really good when it comes to stopping the run. But when you put them in an isolation situation where they're one-on-one with a tight end that can run routes, or a slot receiver, or a running back out of the backfield, that is not their strength. So even if we had Dre Greenlaw in this Colts game, is he able to hang with Tyler Warren? Is he able to hang with someone like Jonathan Taylor if he's one-on-one? It's hard for a 250-pound linebacker to move with these slots and these tight ends and these running backs nowadays. So just to put that on you guys' radar, when Dre Greenlaw comes back, he's there to stop the run.
Yeah. Elsewhere on the RamosLaw.com text line, there's Zach, always looking for a reason to be concerned. Bud, I appreciate you listening from California. But I just told you, over the last 7 games, the Broncos' defense is allowing an average of 26 points and over 400 yards. That would have ranked you 29th and 31st in the NFL last year in those 2 pretty important categories. So it's not like
you're just giving the facts.
I'm passing along the information, and we're having the conversation. Should we be concerned? So we're obviously still gathering more information, but it's a lot of the same players. Broncos had the number 1 most retention rate in the NFL this year. So it's a lot of the same guys. So it's going to be interesting here moving forward, because the challenge that awaits Denver here on Sunday, all due respect to the new and improved operation in Indianapolis, this puppy's, as they said in Wizard of Oz, it's just a horse of a different color. This is This is a bona fide coach and quarterback that we're not asking, hey, is this real or not?
Yeah.
With Shane Steichen and Daniel Jones. Like, they're really good.
They're ready to go.
And they're number one in the AFC West right now, sitting alone in first place and currently the betting favorite to win the AFC West. So we're going to continue to analyze it and try to have these conversations and pass along the information and have critical thinking conversations. That's all. All right, there has been a trend slowly developing with the Broncos since the start of last year, and it is definitely something to keep an eye on. We'll pass along what that is next.
Is a key offseason acquisition for the Broncos already being forgotten about?
I'm not expecting much from Dre Greenlaw all year, and so I'm setting the bar really low. Hopefully he can return at some point. He just can't stay healthy. He hasn't been healthy since he's been here.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
There's a photo my wife took of me, sitting crisscross on the floor playing Legos with my boys. Might not sound like much, but back in 2020, I couldn't get down there without pain, let alone enjoy it. After 16 weeks on soda and 82 pounds gone, that picture means everything. It's proof that I'm not just present in my kid's life, but I'm active, engaged, and I'm healthy. Soda didn't just give me a plan. It gave me a partner, a personal nutritionist who helped me every step. Through grocery store trips, family vacations, late night cravings, you name it. If you're a parent who wants to be there, not just someday, but right now, go to sodaweightloss.com. Click the Request a Nutritionist callback. That's sodaweightloss.com. SOTA stands for state of the art. sodaweightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Okay, Michael. Any other questions about your Select Health insurance?
How much time do you have?
I have exactly as much time as you need.
Wonderful, because I have exactly 112 more questions.
112.
112.
112 it is. Let's do this.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Winter and the holidays will be here before you know it. Don't wait to upgrade your home. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the Colorado snow flies. Enjoy low-interest financing for 15 years, often better than your bank, with no prepayment penalty. Stay warm, boost your home's value, and pay less each month. Prices go up every year, so lock in your free quote today. Host the next game day party at your house. Call 5280 Exteriors now and see how low your monthly payment can go. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Another summer has ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and get treated for your low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
At 303 Law 4040, we know getting into an accident stinks, and so does getting worked over by the insurance company or even your slick-talking made-for-TV lawyer. So if we can help, just give us a call. 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Every great game comes down to one thing, the drive. And right now it's time to make yours count at Groove Toyota. Get into a new Toyota, a certified pre-owned Toyota, or shop our huge selection of used vehicles, all priced right and ready to move, with limited time offers in Colorado's best lineup of Tacomas, Tundras, SUVs, and more. Don't wait on the sidelines. These deals won't last. Make your move today at Groove Toyota on South Broadway in Inglewood, or start shopping now at GrooveToyota.com.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it. 1. Alrighty, so I want to pass something along, and it's not necessarily new, but when you say it plainly, it might feel new. Okay? And again, this is just something to keep an eye on. That's what I said going in the last break, and I put this out there earlier today on social media. The Broncos have played in 9 one-score games since the start of last season. 9 one-score games. The Broncos are 2-7 in those games.
See, that's interesting right there, Zach, because in the NFL, there's going to be a lot of times where you are in a one-score game, but the good teams pull it out. And it's something that you have to learn over time. Right? Just like winning. Winning's contagious, but you have to learn how to win. When you're in a crunch time moment or you're in crunch time games, can you find ways to take care of the football, be smart, come up with a couple plays, and then your playmakers, this is why you pay somebody like Cortland $92 million. They got to go out there and make a play. There are going to be times throughout this season where you're in a one-score game. Can you pull that one out? Bo Nix, can you make that right decision, Zach? So, again, that's interesting. It has to change, though.
Yeah, and our station account here asked the question. They say, you know, what is something that needs to change to avoid this? And I don't have a single answer for you in addition to what you just said. I mean, you're going to have to learn how to win. The one thing that I would caution you, and I saw some of this, hey, Broncos are a young team. Guys, the Broncos aren't that young. They're not that young, okay? That is a misnomer, okay? They're not the youngest team in their own division. Did you know they're not the second youngest team in their own division? So I would just caution.
They got a little hair on their chest.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They're able to drink now.
They're actually like around middle of the pack. But where my head went when you look at these losses these one-possession losses, you know what a lot of them have to do with? At least 3 for sure directly? Special teams. Special teams. The loss last year in Kansas City. Special teams. The loss to the Chargers. Special teams. The loss last week. Special teams. So 3 of the 7 losses that you're 2-7 in one-possession games since the start of last year, 3 directly have been impacted by special teams. So, again, it's just information. Let's keep our eye on that dynamic of how the Broncos performing.
Special teams, step up. Step up. I do know this, and it was something that everybody across the league knows, and I said it yesterday. As a kick and punt returner, if you can score a touchdown as a kick and punt returner, you give yourself over a 70% chance to win that game. So special teams matter, and that's why you have players that are on this team specifically for special teams. For Denver, that has to start shining at some point. They have to be the reason why we win.
All right, next to the 3 count.
1, 2.
Colorado State football coach Jay Norvell, and apologize earlier in the show, I accidentally called Troy Calhoun Jay Calhoun. I don't know why, couldn't tell you why, but yeah, we know Troy Calhoun. But Jay Norvell, maybe that's what I did. I took CSU's head coach and put them together. But Jay Norvell said,
the perfect coach, huh?
That that Fowler Nicolosi will start against UTSA this weekend. If you remember, last week CSU was on a bye, and they were giving first-team reps to Jackson Brousseau. And Norvell came out yesterday and said, quote, he's been our quarterback, and he is our quarterback. Jackson Brousseau is ready. We practiced Jackson with the ones last week. Our guys are comfortable with Jackson being in that one huddle. But Braden's our guy, and we've got to get him playing good and feeling confident, end quote.
Look, Braden is the guy that if you're going to have success, you're going to want to go with a quarterback that has some games under his belt, that have been through tough times. Now, although BFM has not been playing well, you still got to give him that opportunity now. If BFM goes out there and struggles, it might be done for my man.
It could be.
Because Jay Norvell has to win this year, or he'll be right back on the hot seat like he was last year.
Well, we'll see what happens this weekend. UTSA, traditionally really good, like group of 5 school. They're going to be tough to beat. We'll see how it plays out this weekend. I do love how Norvell, who I like, says, Braden's been our guy. We got to get him playing good and feeling confident. Nothing like getting him confident going into an in-season competition during the bye week. So we'll see how it plays out. But you could be onto something. If Fowler Nicolosi doesn't play well this weekend, they could turn the page. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right. People are upset after hearing Tom Brady meets with Chip Kelly 2 to 3 times a week to go over film and go through the game plan. Did you see this last night? Brady was seen in the Raiders coach's booth with a headset on. I mean, what a strange sight that was. Brady also travels every weekend where he gets behind-the-scenes information from players and coaches from other organizations. So, they call them production meetings so he can do the best job he can for Fox. But, man, this already felt like a conflict of interest before I'm seeing my man last night. I mean, the look on his face, the intensity, the laser focus as he's in the coach's booth. But he works for Fox, and he gets to touch the rest of the league.
Well, for Brady, it's like, dude, you got to pick one. Pick one. You can't focus on doing your job doing your best job when it comes to broadcasting if you're focusing on the plays. So, like, one or the other, and go from there. My guessing is you stick to doing what you do best is calling plays. If you want to do that, you want to get involved in that, or just be around it more.
You're saying like stay in ownership?
Stay in ownership.
Yeah.
Stay in ownership.
I don't know, man. I really don't. Fox is paying him so much money. I mean,
when's enough?
Do we
How
remember?
much money does he already have?
Do we remember what he's getting paid at Fox? Was it maybe between 20 and 30 million? It was 300 million over the course of like a 20-year contract or something like that. Okay. I mean, it's gobs of money.
I have to take that back. 300 mil.
I mean, it's just gobs of money. But also, what's more profitable than being a part of an ownership group in the NFL? I mean, those guys make, he wouldn't make billions, but I don't know. It doesn't feel right. And then as Schefter comes out today, that the NFL announced that Brady, who we know is a minority owner with the Raiders, but but also a broadcaster, is prohibited to going to a team facility for practices or production meetings, which I already thought we knew, though. Didn't we know he wasn't allowed into these facilities because of his minority ownership status? Didn't we already know that?
I always thought it was up to the team's discretion, like whether or not they wanted to allow him in or not, which I think that's probably what it should be. Like, especially because I think this week he's doing Bears-Cowboys. The Bears play the Raiders the following week. So he could obviously have kind of a little bit of advantage knowing what's going on with the Bears because he can get back to Chip Kelly and whatnot. But I don't know. To me, it's just like leave it up to the teams on whether or not they want to allow him in the building or not.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, we'll see how this story ages. Hey, I was made fun of earlier this summer for asking a certain question to Sean Payton, but with new evidence, maybe there was something to it. Talk about it next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
The cost of everything is still out of control, and many of us are relying on credit cards to cover essentials. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. Americans collectively owe over $1 trillion in credit card debt. You might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. Well, there's good news. They've created a smart equity loan, a solution designed to help you take control of your finances without touching your current mortgage. Unlike a HELOC, which can have varied interest rates, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate. That means one predictable monthly payment giving you peace of mind. This loan allows you to leverage the equity in your home to pay off high interest debt, free up your cash flow, and keep your existing low mortgage rate intact. It only takes 10 minutes to get started with no upfront or hidden fees. Call American Financing today and start saving now at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Done right kitchens, baths, counters and floors, finished basements, windows and doors. Our 8% scheduling incentive and bank financing to ask about make a great time to call. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. Imagine your home quieter, cooler, and more beautiful with the new Infinity from Marvin windows. Right now, Gravina's Window Center of Littleton is offering 25% off. These aren't ordinary windows. They're built to outlast, outperform, and turn heads. Family owned since 1973, trusted across Colorado, and they never cut corners. Call them 303-794-0490 or visit windowsforyourhome.com. Don't delay. Quality costs less than regret.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel Inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC-branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Attention golf lovers! The city of Aurora has you covered this fall. Home to 5 beautiful courses, there's no better place to play than Aurora. What's up, guys? It's Zach here. I enjoy leaf peeping every fall, but instead of heading to the mountains, I'm heading to my local Aurora golf courses. Saddle Rock, Aurora Hills, Spring Hill, Meadow Hills, and Murphy Creek have stunning Rocky Mountain views with the fall colors we adore. For more information and to book a tee time, visit golfaurora.com and give them a follow on Facebook, X, and Instagram at GolfAuroraCO.
Ever tried fixing an outlet yourself? First, you watch a DIY video, then you grab your tools. Next thing you know, sparks are flying and your hair looks like you just licked an electrical socket. Let's avoid that, shall we? Piper Electric has been providing expert electrical service since 1983. Repairs, upgrades, EV charger installations, even commercial and industrial. They do it all and do it right. They're giving you $50 off your next service. No fried hair required. Call 303-422-9219 today. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text STUDENT to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text STUDENT to 323232 right now. Text STUDENT to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's STUDENT to 323232. Text STUDENT to 323232 now.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Football is back, and it's time for you to get in the game. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5 bundle. Download the Denver Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5 console, a 70-inch flat-screen TV, plus copies of Madden 26 and College Football 26. Don't wait. Download the Denver Sports app now. 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, I asked John Payton a question this summer that a host at another station was making fun of me for. Phil.
Hurt your feelings, didn't it?
Not quite. But, you know, I have to mention the setting. It was OTAs. It was the last phase of OTAs. And OTAs is like a kind of a light period. It doesn't carry like the seriousness of training camp or maybe even to a lesser degree, even mandatory minicamp. And mandatory minicamp was getting ready to start the next week.
Yeah.
And it was the last phase of OTAs, and Sean was kind of light, had a lightness about him on this day. And I asked him because that week, the week that I asked him, if you remember, Pat Surtain came out and said he wants to play on the Team USA flag football team in LA in 2028. I'm like, wow. Now this is going to be a big deal, the first ever flag football team.
Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of players out there that want to be on this team because they want a gold medal. They want to win a gold medal. There's nothing better than that.
And you'd be the first.
You would be the first.
And so, like, we all remember the 92 Dream Team, the first time that pro athletes were allowed to play in the Olympics. And that team would be remembered for the rest of time. And you would think that the first flag football team, this sport is becoming so popular, man. So popular, flag football.
That's what I'm saying, flag football. Now, football, like, it's always been popular. But a lot of parents nowadays, they're scared to put their kids in football because of the head injuries and the physical nature of it. Zach, you know how that is. Or you don't because you're a basketball player. I'm sorry.
Correct. Don't be sorry. Why would I want my brain to be applesauce like yours?
Oh, no. It brings a little physicality to yourself, man. A little toughness. That's something that you got to get better at.
I'll tell you. I don't. I'm 38. I'm good. But I'll tell you this, dude. So we bring my son to flag football on Saturdays, and we pass a school that it's the same age kids playing actual football. And then we go to the flag setup. You're talking like 4x the amount of people at the flag field than the actual football field.
That's crazy. That's insane. I mean, but it's telling you, speaking volume in just how flag football is now. It's fun. It's a little bit safer. You can get your fundamentals down and eye coordination, eye-hand coordination with the ball. Like it's fun to do, and it's a great jumping off point. And now you have NFL players doing it. Now it's gonna force and want kids to want to play football even more if it's flag football.
That's what they're doing at the Pro Bowl now. So when PS2 came out, like the Defensive Player of the Year saying, I want to play for Team USA in 2028, It was the last day of OTAs, and there was a likeness about Sean, and I asked Sean, hey, it was on a Thursday, and I said, hey, would you consider coaching the flag football team that is going to be in the Olympics? And Sean, gave a Sean response, and he said, when is that? He said, 2028. And he said, I'm worried about Friday, right? And all good, right? We talked about it just for a couple minutes on that day. But it's interesting to see this news come out that Sean Payton was announced as one of the headliners for the Fanatics Flag Football Classic in Saudi Arabia this March. It's going to be Sean Payton, it's going to be Pete Carroll, and it's going to be Kyle Shanahan coaching 3 different teams. Now, can't believe this is real, but Tom Brady is going to come out of retirement a little bit here. And he's going to play. Saquon Barkley's going to play. CeeDee Lamb is going to play. Christian McCaffrey's going to play. Sauce Gardner, Myles Garrett, Brock Bowers, Max Crosby, Tyreek Hill, Odell Beckham Jr., Rob Gronkowski. Cecil was right. Gronk is coming back.
Oh, Cecil's right.
Take that, haters. Cecil was right.
Cecil's right yet again.
But these are huge names. This event is going to air on Fox, and Kevin Hart is going to be the host of this thing. The event will feature 3 teams of 8 players facing in a round-robin tournament, with the 2 top teams advancing to a championship. The games will follow Olympic-style flag football rules as well, Phil. Played on a 50-yard field with 2 10-yard end zones, a 5-on-5 format, and 2 20-minute halves. And Sean Payton, while having some fun with me earlier this summer, is getting involved in the flag football scene.
So what you're saying is Sean was not worried about Friday. That he took what you said. He said, "I'm gonna take this to heart. Actually, let me find out if I can be a head football coach of a flag football team." So now there you go, Sean Payton. People laughed at you, Zach. You're right. I remember that. There's a lot of people out there, but specifically a couple that thought it was funny. And now look at it. Look at what Sean Payton's doing.
Interesting. What do you make of this? I mean,
it's during the off season. It's during the off season, so it's something that we get to talk about. It's something fun. I noticed that you didn't mention PS2's name.
No.
So I'm interested to see if PS2 plays in this game as well. Sauce Gardner, a really good cornerback, but not better than PS2. So PS2 better be on that list if he wants to play.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's going to be fun, especially if the Denver Broncos can get back to the playoffs. It's like, hey, it's in the offseason. But if the Broncos do not find themselves in the playoffs, we're going to be sitting here saying Sean was worried about a flag football game.
Yeah.
And trying to sign up for that, then really and truly getting his team ready. So, I mean, as long as Sean handles his business, which we both believe he will and his team will, this will be just fine. It'll be fun to be able to talk about.
Well, I'll say this too, and I forgot to leave this detail out that gave me more credence to asking the question earlier this summer, that Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, has already reported that several NFL coaches want to coach the Team USA. So, that's what, between PS2 and then that report, then I asked Sean, he dismissed it, and then now just about, a couple months later, Sean, Kyle Shanahan, and Pete Carroll getting involved with this. I wonder if the Team USA coach is going to be one of these 3, or maybe just like it works in the Olympics, one of them is the coach and the other 2 might be assistants, something like that. But this is interesting. This is interesting. And and I just have to say this, Sean loves the attention. Loves it, all right? And we all do to a certain degree. But there's a reason Sean does more interviews than anyone else in the NFL. He loves the attention. Think about the attention that he will get if he continues to go down this flag football road and he's the coach in 2028 for Team USA.
I can't believe, Zach, that you know the future. All you were doing was asking a question you already knew the answer to. Sean wanted to be a coach.
We'll see. We will see how it all ages.
Look at you.
Our NFL insider, James Palmer, joins us next.
Dover and Cecil.
The right decision is announcing Julian Lewis as the starting quarterback the rest of the season. The answer is Julian Lewis. Stop playing these stupid games. You're not winning anything this year with Caden Salter or Ryan Staub. Let's develop Julian Lewis so that we don't waste next year either.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
This is Dr. Joel Cherdak with Denver Regenerative Medicine. If you've struggled with weight loss, it's time for something real. We use GLP-1 medications from licensed U.S. pharmacies at full strength, never from unknown or online sources. Your program is overseen by a real doctor with in-clinic care and telemedicine options. Best of all, we're offering a free consultation so you can get started risk-free. Experience real weight loss results for under $300 a month. Visit DenverRegen.com to book your free consult. That's DenverRegen.com.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 5-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
I do. Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. Fall has arrived, which makes now the perfect time to call your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks, at 303-425-0985. Ductworks complete ventilation cleaning packages, scrapes and vacuums every inch of your system, removing dirt, dust, and debris other companies leave behind. Here's why that matters. Your heating system kicks on in the fall. Dirty ducts can reduce efficiency, raise your energy bills, push dust into your home's air. A professional cleaning now helps your furnace run better, last longer, and keep your family breathing cleaner air. Don't wait until the first cold snap when everyone else is scrambling. Get ahead of the rush. Call Ductworks today at 303-425-0985 or visit ductworks.com for your free residential and commercial estimate. Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
303-425-0985.
Meet Slate, the most personalizable, affordable pickup/SUV/whatever you want it to be. Learn more and reserve yours at slate.auto.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, every Tuesday at this time, we check in with great friend of the show, James Palmer, our NFL insider. And James, man, I mean, What a gut punch. What an absolute gut punch Sunday was. There's many different ways to lose an NFL game, but the way that the Broncos lost and the mistakes that led to that culminating moment on special teams could hang over this football team from a regret standpoint and a playoff seeding standpoint for quite some time.
Yeah, Zach, you're right. You're right. And honestly, if we want to push it forward before we go back and look at the game, I think you hit the nail right on the head on what the coaching staff has to do this week, right? These are the type of things you can't let linger. You have a massive game coming up this weekend in the division. Like, getting your players mentally right before Wednesday kicks off and you start all your prep on the Chargers and what you need to do. Like, this is where Sean Payton earns that paycheck, right? This is where that whole staff that he put together that people keep picking from over the last couple of years because they know what type of guys are in that building. They make their bucks is making sure that this ending to week 2 does not last longer than what it was at the end of week 2.
James, Zach and I yesterday, we had like a little vent session, but we were going back and forth talking about, okay, throughout a 60-minute football game, and we know that there's a lot that goes on in a 60-minute football game, but there were 3 things that kind of hurt this team. The defense, bending but not breaking, but not doing their part long enough. You have Bo Nix, who threw that crucial interception at the wrong time. And then, of course, Will Lutz missing that field goal that we know hurts. But if it was you, what defense, quarterback, or the kicker, like, who would you put blame on? And it's hard to say that because I don't want you to sit here and say, oh, I'm blaming one person or one thing. But what started kind of the momentum shifting into the coach's direction?
Defense. I mean, I think Bo Nix's interception is inexcusable. I think that whole drive, the face mask, the spike of the football, like, you continuously hurt yourself when you could put the game away. That's on the offense. Obviously, missing a 42-yarder, you just can't do, especially with, I mean, I wish I had that much movement on my curveball, but that was unbelievable. But what really stands out to me is it's the defense. It's what your team is built off of. This should be one of the best units in all of football. It has talent on all 3 levels. You were able to get pressure on Daniel Jones. If you watch that game back, and I've watched it a couple times, like, it didn't faze Daniel Jones one bit. He never dropped his eyes. He was always calm, always poised. He still found guys. And to me, the way they threw it, Pat Surtain stood out. Like, it really stood out to me. Like, and it didn't matter the matchup. It didn't matter which receiver it was. Like, they were going to be aggressive, and they weren't going to go away from, the reigning defensive player of the year. And if the defense is what you hang your hat on, like, this isn't like the greatest offense we've seen. This is Daniel Jones. Like, you still need to come up with a stop or two, and they really did whatever they wanted to do offensively. That's what stood out to me, and maybe the most surprising, because our expectations out of the 3 units are the highest with the defense.
Yeah, I answered that same question similarly yesterday, James, and James Palmer with us. Now, to zoom out from the game itself and take a look at this defense, if you throw out Week 18 against Kansas City when the Broncos won 38-0 in a game that wasn't truly representative of NFL football, you look at the last 7 games that this defense has played, the first 2 games of this year and the previous 5 games last year with largely the same players. This is the highest retention team in the NFL. The Broncos are actually giving up 26 points a game and over 400 yards of offense, 403 to be exact. Last season, 26 points per game would have ranked 29th in the NFL. 403 yards of offense would have ranked 31st a year ago. I know it's not a whole season, 7 games, but it's also not 1 or 2 games. Do you think that this is something to be concerned about in a more big picture way?
I think so. I think it's why you went out and went to the lengths you did, Dak, to improve the middle of your defense with Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw. Like, I would look at it and go, I would assume that Sean Payton and Vance Joseph and George Payton were like, we do have a couple of issues. There might be a perception that we're very good on defense, and we think we're very good on defense, but you don't make those moves as aggressively as they did for both those players if you thought everything was fine. So I do think it was acknowledged that there's some things to be concerned about, and they're not alone in this either. I mean, you go look at what Pittsburgh has given up over the first 2 games. It's like 800 yards of offense. And they were bad the back end of last year. And that's almost the same group. I mean, they switched Minka Fitzpatrick and Jalen Ramsey out. But there's a couple of defenses that we really are used to saying the similar things about. I think you put Houston in that group too, and it hasn't been the same group that we thought it would be. I mean, these are some of the groups that we thought were going to be at the top of the NFL. And, I think really the moves that they made in the offseason free agency-wise, and you pick a corner in the first round, like, to me that points to, I think we do have some things we need to improve on a defense, and we need to get this thing right.
James, you, Zach, we sat there at camp every single day evaluating this team, especially at the receiver position. We were trying to figure out who is receiver 2 going to be. Well, for Troy Franklin, during camp, he was very consistent. During the preseason games, he shined. And in these first 2 regular season games of the season, he went for 4 receptions, 44 yards against Tennessee, and then 8 receptions for 89 yards against the Colts. Is it safe to say that Troy Franklin is receiver 2 for the Denver Broncos now?
That's a great question, because it's funny. I was taping my show with Steve Smith this morning, and Steve loves obviously evaluating all the guys. And I asked him, I said, "What do you think about Troy? Like, what's the take?" And he said, "First, man, there's one he's just got to take to the house. He can be elusive. I really liked what I saw. I think his development is really coming on. But at the same time, I feel like it's a little detrimental to Marvin Mims, because he's like, I think Marvin's developing. I think he's becoming a guy." Now, he said the hard part is with Sean, and he knows Sean well, like, sometimes Sean can fall in love with the flavor of the week. And that is great for a player. It might be great for Troy Franklin right now, and sometimes that's detrimental towards another player on the roster. And to me, that might be Marvin Mims. It doesn't mean either guy is in a negative light. It just kind of Sean has this play calling about him once in a while where he kind of falls in love with somebody. But I was impressed with Troy Franklin. I thought he really went out there and took another leap, another step. And I was told at the end of camp, it was like, it's clicked. At least that's what it was put to me. Like, it's clicked for him. He's not only figured out on the field, he's figured out the prep, he's figured out what I need to be a pro, those things. And it clicks different for every player. And it seems like the light's gone on for him. But I'm just kind of curious, when I kind of thought going into the season we're going to have a little bit of a rotation at number 2. Does that stay the case, or do we start to see Troy Franklin pull ahead? With Sean's tendencies, that might be the case.
James, last one before we cut you loose. What is your evaluation or diagnosis after 2 weeks of the landscape of the AFC West?
I said this after week 1. The anomaly that is the Chargers schedule, Zach, doesn't happen very often, where you play all 3 divisional opponents in your first 3 weeks. It just doesn't happen very often. And they're now in a position, after taking down the Chiefs and the Raiders, to play the Broncos this weekend. And if they beat Denver, like, they're in an unbelievably favorable spot without a quarter of the season behind them. And so what we've realized is this. Patrick Mahomes has been to 7 straight AFC title games, which is remarkable. The division right now is nothing like what he did in the first half and what he was going against in the first half of his career. These teams, you saw the Raiders last night, like, even though Geno played terrible and made some poor decisions, they're not a bad football team. You can already tell what Pete Carroll has done to them very quickly.
Yep.
And you saw the defense that the Chargers have. Jesse Minter is a name everybody should know. He's going to be a head coach very, very shortly. He had an amoeba defense on the back end. I mean, losing Mac is a big deal, but you're seeing Justin Herbert maybe finally start put it together and get his name mentioned in kind of some MVP conversation. Like, the AFC West, everybody should take notice. We all were kind of like, no, maybe Houston, myself included. No, like, this group here out of these 4, because they're so well coached and some of the question marks are getting answered. This is a division that's going to be, I mean, they're going to be slugging it out, all the way through the rest of this schedule. But the worry, I think, for everybody, and Denver included, is you might be going through these fights each and every week, and you're looking up at a Chargers team that, because of the schedule, was granted like such a head start because of the way things went with them.
All right, man. The ever-evolving place of the National Football League. This is why we
You didn't even ask me about Brady. That's amazing.
What's
job,
that?
Guys.
What's that?
You didn't even ask me about Tom Brady.
Go ahead, give us a quick. Hey, give us the quick snapshot, because I saw your tweet going crazy. Go ahead, go ahead, because I saw that tweet go viral.
Yeah, real quick, I'll just say this. My personal opinion, being someone that has worked NFL games, been on the, worked the sideline, been in those production meetings, it is the last place in the NFL, in my opinion, where there is a lot of open dialogue, a lot of off-the-record conversations between team personnel and the media. It's maybe the final spot. And I feel like that spot is being compromised because there is not only a competitive advantage that the Raiders are gaining through this, whether it's schematic things, it's in terms of free agency, it's in terms of our players in good favor with a certain organization. Brady can hear all of this stuff in those meetings because usually people are very honest, whether it's coaches or players. And so I people that believe this is nothing, I think don't understand what's said in those meetings. And I think that's why this is a very tricky spot the NFL is in. And I don't think it's a coincidence they took the tweet down promoting it last night during the game.
Wow. Well, and by the way, this comes from, and I'm not saying Tom Brady is some outright cheater, but it comes from someone who has a bit of a checkered past when it comes to competitive integrity, or that has been questioned anyway in the past.
Exactly, and you could even put it in this manner, Zach, that this is a person that has been called the most competitive player we've seen in recent memory in the NFL. How would he approach his job with the Raiders any differently than he has approached his NFL career, to look for every single nuance to gain an advantage? And I'm not saying he's wrong to think that way.
Yep.
I think it's one of the things that made him great. It just shows me you're expecting this man to turn that off.
Right.
And no longer do that?
James, the look on his face. James, the look on his face. There's nothing turned off. Still psychopath is in there. I mean, holy smokes. Hey, great stuff. Went a little long, but we're better for it. Appreciate you, man. We'll do this again next week.
For sure, guys. Talk to you then.
All right, there he goes. All right, we were hoping for vast improvement in one crucial area on the Broncos offense. What do we make of it after 2 football games? That's next.
Follow us on X at DEN Sports 1043 for up-to-the-minute information and opinions on all things Denver sports. Also, we can still call it Twitter, right? Denver Sports 1043 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about this new obsession I have, and that's with Daisy French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is sitting back, relaxing, all cool, eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and a Daisy Ranch Dip, these are definitely game changers that you are going to want to try out. They are delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Select Health, how can we help?
Representative.
I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
Representative.
I'm Sam.
Representative.
It sounds like you said representative. One moment. Select Health, how can we help?
Finally. Hi, I have a question on copays.
I can help with that.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Greg.
Hi, my name is Greg.
I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 10 years. I noticed that I was really tired. I was lethargic. I didn't sleep really well, and I was overweight. My waist was 4 inches over what it should have been. It was really difficult for me to lose the body shape I didn't like. And of course, my marriage, yes. No man in their 40s wants to have low libido in their marriage. I'm really thankful for this therapy because it just makes me feel the man I want to be, active, at home, everywhere. If you're feeling like I was, call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today and get checked. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Thanks, Greg. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan today at 720-405-3300. That's 720-405-3300.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states, as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
It's next man up in Boulder as Coach Prime and the new look Buffs return to action at Folsom Field. Tickets are on sale now, so get loud and cheer on CU as the Buffs battle for a Big 12 title. Tickets are still available for the Buffalo's home matchups against BYU, Iowa State, Arizona State, and more. Lock in your seats by visiting cubuffs.com/tickets or by calling 303-492-8282. Join the action of another exciting season at Folsom Field with your Colorado Buffaloes.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today by my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
At 303 Law 4040, we know getting into an accident stinks, and so does getting worked over by the insurance company or even your slick-talking made-for-TV lawyer. So if we can help, just give us a call. 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Donnie here with Fitness Gallery. I'm thrilled to invite you to our biggest event of the season, the summer clearance sale happening right now at all 7 of our Colorado locations. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. These deals end soon.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss, presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
We were hoping for vast improvement in one crucial area on the Broncos offense. What do we make of it after 2 games? Phil, how would you describe the Broncos' run game 2 games into the season?
The Broncos' run game is the identity of this team moving forward. It's the best thing we have out there right now that's consistent. The reason for that, you have an offensive line that you're paying a lot of money for. Ben Powers, who loves to run downhill. Quinn Myers, who wants to get downhill. My boy Bowles. All right, Garrett Bowles, GB zone, loves running the ball. And you have a running back finally that can do that. A violent runner in J.K. Dobbins that's a one-cut, get downhill, understands the scheme. Sean's doing a great job of being more creative by pulling Ben Powers and Quinn Miners, which is giving someone like J.K. more of an opportunity to get one-on-one with a linebacker or a safety. And if he's one-on-one with a linebacker or safety, he's probably breaking that tackle. That's just who he is. J.K. Dobbins has been in the league 5 or 6 years now. When he's healthy, he's explosive. He's already had an 18-yard run, a 19-yard run, has opened up more than we ever got to witness last year. So we need to continue to let J.K. Dobbins and even R.J. Harvey get more opportunities and stick with the run because it's going to open up the pass at some point. It's going to open up the play action. And now we'll have one-on-one opportunities with Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, who, by the way, had 2 catches. So he's kind of getting going again. You said that he was going to get his first catches there.
Yep.
And then, of course, Cortland Sutton, your receiver 1, give them opportunities one-on-one on cornerbacks. So the identity moving forward, I know people don't want to hear it. Sean doesn't want to hear it because he's a quarterback kind of coach, a quarterback-minded coach where he wants to pass the ball, but run the ball. Run the ball, establish the run, find your identity out, and then go from there.
You said something yesterday that really made me think, which is unusual because you normally don't.
You're right. It's just too hard. You don't even think anymore. You're like, you know what? I'm not even going to try to think about this.
I'll tell you what it is here in 10 seconds. But first, guys, this Friday, we are back on the road. We're heading to Golden for Bud Light Football Friday. We're going to be live from Buffalo Rose from 2 to 6 p.m. Bud Light will be giving away a pair of tickets to the Broncos-Bengals Monday Night Football game, along with 2 Bud Light VIP tailgate passes. Must be 21 to enter that contest. Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. And real quick, I see a RamosLaw.com text. Someone says, fellas, planning to come and see you on Friday in Golden. I coach baseball at Colorado School of Mines. What size T-shirts do you fellas wear? I love it. We'd love to see you out there. I'm an XL. Phil is a small. And come say hello. Give a pound. And
give me an XL, man.
We'd love to see you. We're going to be in Golden on Friday. We would love to see you guys for a Bud Light Football Friday. So you said something yesterday, man, that had me thinking, because you're like, hey, like, what would this running game look like if J.K. Dobbins was not in the fold? And
it was just RJ. It would be RJ, Tyler Bidet, and Jalil.
Yeah, and I'm thankful that we don't have to think about that until we do, right? Because the story of J.K. Dobbins' career is his inability to stay healthy. So, but when you said that, I'm like, man, RJ. We know he had the 50-yard carry in week 1, excellent explosive run, and we wanted that. I shouted about that for a long time, but I don't know if he'd be ready to be some sort of bell cow right now.
You don't have the confidence in RJ right now, right?
He got 5 carries on Sunday for 8 total yards, along of 3, 1.6 yards per carry. There's context to it, but yeah.
And you should be like that. As a running back, it's who has the hot hand. R.J. Harvey will get more opportunities, but, hey, take advantage of them. When you're in there, you got 5 carries, but make one count. Make one go for 15, 20 yards. Like, we want to see that. That's something that I can say for myself. I was able to do a lot.
Totally.
In my head, I was like, you give me 5 carries. One of those carries is going for 20 to 30 yards. Now, of course, things have to go right for you. The blocking scheme has to be right. You have to set the play up. You have to get the opportunities. But, RJ, if you want more carries, earn them. Go out there this next game against the Chargers, get going, because Sean's going to see that early and say, okay, hand him the ball more. That's what happened to J.K. J.K., the first carry of the game, the first play of the game was a run, which is like, okay, Sean, good job. It went for 18 yards.
Yeah.
That next carry went for another 3 to 5. I want to say maybe 5 yards for J.K. That sets the tone. That lets Sean know that, hey, the running back is ready, our offensive line is ready. Let's keep running the ball. In that case, in that situation, Sean ran the ball 3 times in a row because of it.
Right.
So give give Sean a reason to run the ball and run with you, RJ. That's all I have to say about that. Earn your right to be here. Earn your right for more reps.
How did Bidet play on Sunday?
You know, I was happy that Sean put him in situations like 2-minute drill and just 2-minute drill. Now, of course, he was in there throughout the game, did a good job of picking up a couple blitzes, caught the 2 balls thrown his way for 19 yards, was able to move the chains with a screen. So it was good. I'm okay with Tyler Bidet getting in the mix in 2-minute drill. Maybe in situations where you know it's 3rd and long and you know you're passing the ball. And also for Tyler Bidet, he was able to get a run. It was 1 for 3 yards, but you're keeping the defense honest by doing that. So when next time that Tyler Bidet gets in the game, it's like, okay, he may run the ball on us.
Yep.
So kind of understand that you're still going to have to step up and stop the run, which can then help the pass game out. Because right now, that first game against Tennessee, Tyler Bidet was in only on pass plays, and it's a telltale sign. So now defensive of cornerbacks and safeties, it's 7-on-7 for them. They know it's a pass.
Well, I thought Bidet's best play came on. If you remember, Broncos had failure on 1st and 2nd down, and then on 3rd down, Evan Ingram jumped off sides. There was a 3rd and 15, and they gave a little screen pass to Bidet, and he took it for 19 and extended a drive that had probably, 7% success rate on a 3rd and 15. So maybe something to build off of there. And I want to circle back to this conversation maybe tomorrow and talk about how this is going to work between Bidet and maybe Jaleel at all during the season when we have a little bit more time tomorrow. Okay. We talked about it all summer long, debated it, dissected it. Some days we were downright obsessed over it, and now we're getting our answer. That's coming up next.
Is it time to push the panic button up in Boulder?
They don't have an identity on offense. They don't have an identity on defense. And when you're a team that lacks a complete identity,
they're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Feels like a 4 or 5 win team.
Yep.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Phillip Lindsay here for Williams Jewelers. And if you're looking for fine jewelry or a great timepiece like I was, why wouldn't you want to shop where some of the world's leading designers are sold? Williams Jewelers helped me find my new Tudor watch, and they can do the exact same thing for you. And if it's not a watch, it's any type of jewelry you're looking for. If you want it, they have it. And one thing about their staff is they don't put pressure on you. They treat you just like family the minute you'll step through those doors. And they gave me the time I needed to make the right decision for myself. And looking at this new beautiful Tudor watch I'm wearing, I made a great decision because of that. And starting from one little store in Inglewood, Williams Jewelers has scratched and clawed their way to the top. They have 2 locations and have become one of the largest fine jewelers in the country. So when you step foot into their showroom, you'll feel just like family, and their service reflects that. They are dedicated and they work hard to make sure you're satisfied with your purchase. And not only will they share the secrets of the business with you, but they will give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why not create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, my hometown jeweler. Also the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and on Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Your life can go from healthy and happy to hopeless in an instant. When a serious accident hits you with injuries, too many bills, and no way of caring for your family, it's time to strike back. Let Berg Simpson's team of experienced personal injury lawyers fight to get you the money you need and deserve.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Who
wants the lowest rate for life?
I
do. Of course you all do. Who wouldn't want this? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed that has a 5.89 APR.
Wait, you have a 4.75% fixed rate for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our lowest rate for life program. Because even with the lowest rate today, it may not be in 6, 12 months or more. And if rates do fall in the future, now what? Go through the expense again? No. Maximize your savings with U.S. mortgages and our lowest rate for life program. It allows you to lock in today, and if the market does improve, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fee and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. Awarded the smartest loan in the country. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
This is Hall of Famer Terrell Davis. Football season is here, and there's nothing like a fresh start, on the field or on the road. If you're looking for a new car or want to refinance your current loan, Colorado Credit Union has the winning play with low rates and fast approvals. Whether you need a truck for tailgating or a car for the daily drive, Colorado Credit Union would help you get there. Visit ccu.org to apply today. Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank. Membership eligibility required. Not all applicants will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Spine One. Let me ask you a question. You live with back pain, neck pain. Well, my guys at Spine One, they're an emergency room for back pain with same-day appointments. They'll see you and they'll get the journey started. And that's exactly what I did. Whether it's chronic pain, acute pain, work-related, sports-related, doesn't matter. All you got to do is pick up the phone and start your journey just like I did toward pain-free. 303-367-2225. That's 303-367-BACK. Or as always, you can find them online at spineone.com.
Some things in life should never be trial and error, like do-it-yourself dentistry or messing with your home's electrical wiring. That's where Piper Electric comes in. They've been powering homes with expert electrical service since 1983. From simple fixes to commercial and industrial work. Need an EV charger? They'll plug you in without the sparks. Right now, get $50 off your next service. Call 303-422-9219 before you DIY yourself back into the dark ages. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
We talked about it all summer long. Debated it, dissected it. On some days, we were downright obsessed with it.
Ooh.
And now we're starting to get our answer.
I thought you were talking about our craft for a second. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
No.
Working on our craft, dissecting it.
Well, although that is true, I am referencing the wide receiver 2 combo. And Troy Franklin, through 2 games, and it's just 2 games. But we're also not going to not talk about it because it's 2 games. So, Troy Franklin, week number 1 against Tennessee, 4 receptions, 44 yards.
Yep.
Week number 2, on 6 targets, 4 catches on 6 targets. Week number 2, 8 catches, career high, on 9 targets, and he goes for 89 yards. don't forget, and I know you didn't, they gave him the little jet sweep play.
End around for 11 yards.
11 yards. 89 plus 11. That's a 100-yard game from scrimmage for Troy Franklin.
All-purpose yards, baby.
I'm looking at the leader, all-purpose yards up in Boulder, all time.
Roommates back in Boulder.
So Troy Franklin, hard for him to have a better start to the 2-game sequence we've just watched these last 10, 11 days.
Are you surprised? And the reason I'm asking you this, Zach, is we've been watching Troy Franklin for the whole entire camp, even OTAs, where Sean came out and said, hey, look, this is a different guy. Like, it's just a different mindset for Troy Franklin. We're like, okay, well, let's see it during camp. And sure enough, during camp, Troy Franklin was getting opportunities after opportunities. Why? Because Cortland Sutton was on a hybrid hold-in. And with those opportunities, Troy was taking advantage of them. And it was a play every day. We talk about Wannabe Vele when Vele was here. And now Vele's not. But for Troy Franklin, that was what Troy was doing. Troy was making a play every single game or every single practice. And if it wasn't a huge explosive play for 50 yards, for a 50-yard touchdown, it was an intermediate game. Every day we would come in here and talk about, hey, Troy Franklin is being a lot more consistent. He's a lot more serious. His route running ability is on display. Then he gets into the preseason games. And he shines during the preseason. And all of a sudden, regular season comes rolling around and he's having some success. I'm not surprised because you practice how you play. And Troy Franklin has practiced really, really hard, practiced really, really good throughout camp, and it's showing. You get rewarded when you do things the right way.
Well, it's really encouraging. It's really encouraging. And I don't think that you can overstate just how important that touchdown catch in Buffalo was for him. The Broncos get drilled 31-7. But his confidence to end the season like that almost served as a baptism, wiping away all the sins of the past.
I love it.
And just cleansing him into the offseason.
Yeah.
And he talked about how big it was earlier in the summer for his confidence. And just because we're seeing this version of Troy now doesn't mean he wasn't frustrating as a rookie, but he was a first-year player. So you love to see it. And here he is. We're talking about wide receiver 2 opposite of Sutton. After 2 weeks, by the numbers, Troy Franklin is actually wide receiver 1.
It's not just about by the numbers now. It's about visually seeing Troy Franklin out there and what he's doing. In the run game, he's not a big guy, but he's getting his nose dirty. In the pass game, he's getting separation, not just taking it 50 yards and running somebody off, but like the intermediate, the short game, the screens, the end arounds. Everything is going right for Troy Franklin. As long as he can stay healthy, he will continue to do this because he has something that a lot of players do not have. Now, everybody is fast, but then there's some that are a little faster. Troy Franklin has speed. You can't coach speed. And now if you have speed, but you're in control of it, and you're able to run routes, and you can run any route in the route tree, and you're able to catch with your hands, and you do have the confidence like Troy Franklin is starting to have now, that's a scary player. And he's tough. He's breaking tackles, run after the catch. That's something that Cortland Sutton doesn't do a good job with. But Troy Franklin seemed to in the first 2 games. He's taking advantage of that. To me, Zach, what I'm trying to get at is he is our receiver 2 moving forward.
Yeah.
We can't keep going like, who's the receiver 2? Is it Marvin Mims? No. Troy Franklin has been consistent in camp, consistent in the preseason games, and now consistent in the regular season. That man is our receiver 2. So now, Sean, that you know that now, implement more plays for him. You did that with the end around for 11 yards. Find ways to scheme him up because of his speed so he can get open. We're going to need him this year so we can open up Evan Ingram when the Joker decides to wake up, and Cortland Sutton, who people are going to double because he's receiver 1. So Troy Franklin, guys, is receiver 2 for us. Hands down.
I want to talk more about Ingram tomorrow. But seeing is believing, dripping with talent. Now the confidence is matching the talent. And you saw Sean Payton just making a concerted effort and such an emphasis on simply getting the ball in his hands. Kenny Dillingham joined us last season, the coach for Arizona State, and who was Bo Nix's offensive coordinator a couple times. And he talks about Sean Payton's offense being a ball-in-hand offense. Get it to your playmakers. Let them make the play. we saw it. I mean, there were several instances where it's like snap right to Troy, like a horizontal pass, and just go. And the fact that he can actually go and break some tackles because his frame is pretty slight, and the fact that he is not afraid to get his nose dirty, he's not afraid of the physicality. You look up his yards after catch, Phil, he's got 73 yards after catch in 2 football games. That's more than CeeDee Lamb. That's more than Brock Bowers. And
that's a mentality, by the way.
Sure.
Like, that's just wanting to break tackles. That's just like, hey, catch and run. Learn how to just catch the ball, turn upfield, break a tackle. Emmanuel Sanders was really good with that. He was really good with getting the ball, understanding, hey, I need to catch the ball, but also tuck it. And let's get to going. Let's get to work. Let's make somebody miss, get a couple more yards, break a tackle, and hey, you turn a 15-yard route and catch that. Yeah, break a tackle, you turn into a 70-yard touchdown. We need more of that for Troy Franklin moving forward.
Well, really good to see. 6 first downs for Troy in 2 football games. That leads the Broncos. 133 yards in 2 games. That leads the Broncos. 12 receptions in 2 games. That leads the Broncos. 11.1 yards per catch. That leads the Broncos. His 42-yard connection on the scramble drill with Bo also leads the Broncos as the longest play in the passing game so far this season. So just bravo. I mean, truly hats off. Hats off. It's early. And it's too early to be prorating or extrapolating numbers over the course of a season. But we host a sports talk show, so there's no consequence in doing it. After 2 football games, Troy Franklin is actually on pace for 1,130 yards.
There you go.
Pretty cool.
That's great. That's great for Troy's confidence moving forward. Continue to make plays. Stay consistent.
All right, we'll see if he can do it. All right, what do we make of the updated over-under win total for Deion Sanders and the Buffs? And wait till you hear Deion answer the question earlier today about his team's identity. Also, we're going to look at the Denver Broncos' reputation defensively. Does it actually match up with reality? We're going to get to all of that because we are on the doorstep of 35 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. And here's the kicker. When you work with both American Financing and their partner American Home Agents, you can receive a credit on closing costs of up to 1% or a max of $10,000 on your home loan. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, it's time to step in, and American Financing is the place to start. Don't let the 20% down myth stop you. You could buy a home with as little as 3% down, and with down payment assistance programs available, getting into a home might be easier than you think. Pick up the phone, call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
It's Truck Month at Corwin Toyota. Drive home a new 2025 Tundra with rates as low as 1.75% APR for up to 72 months. Or lease a 2025 Tacoma for just $449 down and $449 a month. With a wide selection of trucks in stock, now's the perfect time to trade in and trade up. Visit us off Pearl Parkway or shop online at CorwinToyotaBoulder.com. Corwin Toyota, family driven for over 100 years. Proud sponsor of Colorado Athletics.
Do you have an IRS tax problem that's keeping you up at night? Stop worrying and start learning how to fix it. Join Todd from Advanced Tax Solutions for a free workshop on the 7 ways to fix a tax problem on Wednesday, September 17th, and get your answers. When will taxes expire? It's possible this could just go away. Could you settle with the IRS for less than you owe? Get free advice, a plan, and a licensed pro guiding you. To sign up for this free workshop, call 303-753-6040.
Ace Hardware at Mississippi and Havana in Aurora. Store closure sale. All inventory 30 to 40% off, including a full line of Steel, Milwaukee, DeWalt Power Tools, Big Green Egg, Traeger and Weber grills. Great selection of Ego, Toro, Ariens and Craftsman lawnmowers, snowplows, and so much more. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Huge heat pump rebates have been extended and are still available. My team at ROX are heat pump experts. The energy rebates and tax credits are unreal right now. You can get up to $12,000 off a new heat pump system, the best way to heat and cool your home. Colorado's hometown team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Marketing can feel overwhelming. Where to start? What works? What doesn't? That's where your marketing experts at Denver Sports come in. Audio, video, online marketing, and we know how to cut through the noise so your customers finally hear your story. You don't have to waste time guessing or spinning your wheels. We'll guide you with a proven plan that turns your marketing into growth. Let us handle the hard part. You do the easy part. Head over to DenverSports.com and click Advertise with us and start growing your business today.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. Imagine your home quieter, cooler, and more beautiful with the new Infinity from Marvin windows. Right now, Gravina's Window Center of Littleton is offering 25% off. These aren't ordinary windows. They're built to outlast, outperform, and turn heads. Family owned since 1973, trusted across Colorado, and they never cut corners. Call them 303-794-0490 or visit windowsforyourhome.com. Don't delay. Quality costs less than regret.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Get 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers plus fries and drink with Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Claim per marketing research company.
Football is back, and it's time for you to get in the game. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5 bundle. Download the Denver Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5 console, a 70-inch flat-screen TV, plus copies of Madden 26 and College Football 26. Don't wait. Download the Denver Sports app now. 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling downhill here on a Tuesday. Appreciate you guys being here rocking with us. All right, we are going to get into some Dion stuff. The Buff situation. It is a situation. Okay, we'll talk about why here in just about 10 seconds. But first, football season is here. Time for you to get in the game. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help by giving away a PS5 bundle. All you have to do to enter is download the Denver Sports app and click on the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5, Madden 26, College Football 26, as well as a 70-inch TV. All right, we're going to cover a lot of ground here over the next 35 minutes, okay? We'll start with Dion. I want to talk about the updated over-under win total and what Dion said about identity earlier today.
Where are we starting with the updated win total?
Where do you want to start? Your call.
Let's go with the updated win total.
Okay.
Because I know that we're going to have a lot of opinions on what we're hearing from Dion. But the win total, it's changed.
It has changed. So you have a preseason win total. Then they will let you, if you want to, gamble on it during the year. Now, this doesn't have to actually do with placing money and making a bet. But what the odds makers forecast the rest of the season to be is just a, interesting vantage point. So the updated over-under win total is 4.5. So as we sit here today on September 16th, if you bet over, and I know a lot of people know how this works, but I just want to be inclusive. If you bet over 4.5 wins and they won 5, the current updated win total would hit the over. If they won 4, the win total would go to the under. They have played 3 games. They're 1-2. What do you make of it?
After watching the game against Houston, I can understand the Georgia Tech one. First game of the year, tough, and Georgia Tech is really good. They just beat Clemson. I was expecting the Buffs to be able to beat Houston, a team that's up and coming. Willie Fritz going into year 2, I thought we had more talent than Houston did. But after watching that game and seeing that there was nothing out there that looked good. No, let me take that back. The offensive line, when it came to protecting the quarterback pass blocking, looks really, really good. But we couldn't get into any kind of rhythm. There was no rhyme or reasoning to some of the play calls. We didn't stick with 1 or 2 running backs. We tried to shuffle in 3 or 4 of them, which you can't do. At some point, you have to make a decision on 2 running backs you want to go with. We didn't get the receivers involved enough. Then you look out on the other side of things, the defensive unit, who's supposed to be the strength of the Buffs this year. They're giving up chunk plays. They don't do well in man coverage. They're trying to get pressure on the quarterback, so you're going man. But if you guys' corners can't hold up, those are explosive plays being made. But then on top of that, you're blitzing to stop the run, but you can't stop the run. So there's just so much going on. There's no identity. There's no hey, this is who the Buffaloes are offensively, defensively, and special teams wise. You don't know who you are. And so how are you supposed to win these games? You're getting ready to get into Big 12 play. Are you able to beat the TCUs, the Utahs, Arizona, who shockingly is better than I expected or than anybody expected?
They're 3-0.
You have to handle those type of games. You have to handle people like Houston, which you did not do. You can't let Wyoming slip away. You can't do that if you're going to win 5 or 6 games this year. I had the Buffs winning 8. What was it, 8-4?
Yep. I had them 6-6.
Yeah, 6-6. I had 8-4. But after watching what I've been watching out there and knowing that there's no quarterback that you can rely on, how are you supposed to get to 6, 7, or 8 wins that way? It's hard to do. And a defense that still isn't stout, it's concerning moving forward that, hey, you weren't able to handle and beat Georgia Tech, which is still a tough game, but you had it right there. You let that slip away. And then you got beat up by Houston. Wyoming, it can't be like that, or you're going to fall 1-3 before you start Big 12 play, truly.
Which is, that can't happen. If that happens, if they can't beat Wyoming on Saturday night, dude, pull the fire alarm. I'm serious. They're a 2-touchdown favorite. It opened up at 14.5. I want to say it's down to 13.5. And so that has to be a foregone conclusion to beat the Cowboys at home. And I don't mean to be dismissive in any way, shape, or form of Wyoming, but on paper, they should be punching out of their weight class against a Big 12 team. But after that, I kind of holding my breath here for your Buffs. I'm kind of holding my breath for your Buffs because let's just talk about the win total just as a jumping off point. The current updated win total today is 4.5.
Yeah.
So to get to the over and get to 5 wins, you have to win 4 more games, but 3 more after Wyoming. maybe this is foolish, but I'm just going to assume they're going to beat Wyoming. So can you find 3 more wins after Saturday night? It's BYU at home on ESPN. It's at TCU in a payback game for the Horned Frogs for the opener in 2023. It's a undefeated 12th-ranked Iowa State team that I've put eyes on a bunch last year and early this year. Rocco Becht, that offense, that coach, I mean, they just have it going. That's going to be a really tall task. I don't know if it's taller than the week after, traveling to Salt Lake to play number 16, Utah. That should be a fun game this weekend, by the way. Utah, Texas Tech. It should be close to a coin flip game on the spread anyway. And then that's Arizona, who was an assumptive win a month ago. They're 3-0. They look great. And then it's traveling to Morgantown to play West Virginia. That is historically a tough place to go in and play. It's an Arizona State team that returns their quarterback and Sam Levitt and great coach and Kenny Dillingham coming off a college football playoff appearance. And then finally to end the season, it's Kansas State, who has been really underwhelming. CU can go win that game, but still going on the road and winning that game is going to have its own challenges.
I mean, Zach, this is going to be a tough schedule. You're going to have to, if you're the Buffs, you're going to have to steal a win. An unexpected win. I expect that we can hang it and beat Arizona. Let's just say Arizona right now. Now, they're 3-0, and they're looking really good, but maybe they come back down to earth. West Virginia's another one where, hey, you have a chance to win. You're evenly matched type of team, although you're going to West Virginia, so that's going to be a tough one. And then Kansas State, because Kansas State right now seems like they're kind of down and out.
Yeah, they are.
They don't really know what they want to do.
Talk about a huge difference year over year.
Man, so those are the 3 games. Like, if you're asking me, those are the 3 games that I believe that the Buffs can find a way to win.
So home against Arizona, at Kansas State, and what was the other one?
And it was West Virginia.
West Virginia
which is gonna
on
be
the
a tough
road.
one on the road.
Yeah, so 2 of your 3 wins are away from Boulder. Yeah, I mean, it could happen. Absolutely. I mean, it could happen. The Big 12 is supposed to be a psychotic place. They're going to have to go win a few games that they're not supposed to win.
So if you and you're a betting man, what are you betting, the over or the under?
I'm staying away from this. But if I had to, I would bet the under. I would bet the under. I just don't see. I don't know what CU football does well right now, and they can evolve through the season and maybe create a couple hallmarks of, hey, we can rely on this. But I don't see anything right now that I would classify as reliable. And when it comes to identity, Deion Sanders was asked earlier today about the identity of his football team, and this is how he responded.
I don't care what kind of car we pull up in. Long as we pull out of here with a W, I'm good. So I don't really get into the identity thing, not whatsoever. I would like to do some things better. We like to stop the run. We like to run the ball. We like to be consistent offensively and defensively. We'd love to do those things better, but I can't be narrowed down with, what's your identity? What does that mean? What does that mean, what's your identity? I don't even know what that means. Excuse you?
What you're known for, what you do best, what you hang your hat on is what the reporter said.
I don't think we can hang our hat out. Like Ohio State won the national championship, right? What did they hang their hat on? Running the football. But they had two runners. You can't hang your hat on 2 running backs. That's not nothing to hang your hat on. It's got to be everybody got 2 running backs. 2 running backs can kick your butt. They can't kick your butt down the line.
Okay. See,
are you proud of that reporter though for kind of like
sure, yes,
being ready to answer the question? Because last time something like this happened with Coach Prime asking the media like, "Hey, what's an established quarterback?"
It was a solidified.
It's solidified quarterback, and nobody answered the question.
Yeah, and he made a big show of it and kind of puffed his chest out, and he said, "I got time today. What is a solidified quarterback? You tell me. What does that mean?" It's like, hold on, what? You can answer that question in 10 different ways, with 10 different names currently, with 5 of them right now in your own conference. Or talk about your own son, which you pointed out earlier. It's like, that was a solidified quarterback.
That's a solidified quarterback. A guy that you know that you can go to sleep and wake up and know that you can win the game with, that you're comfortable with him running the plays, that he is going to make plays for you. That's what you want as your quarterback, a leader, a leader, man. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah. And so a guy who can struggle and you're not going to bench him.
Yes.
So he acted confused last week, but no one, to your point, no one actually responded. Someone did this time. But it's just, Phil, it's just, I'm going to use the word weird. It's weird for me to hear a college football coach say things like, I don't believe in culture, I believe in talent. I don't know what a solidified quarterback is. And today it's identity. What is identity? And I'm just like, I don't even know what to do with that.
Well, at some point, it's like, why does everything have to be different? Why, like, we know what culture is all about in football. It's something that we learned as young kids. We learned going into these prestigious schools, these programs that you learn about the culture there and what it's like to be a Colorado Buffalo and what you need to do. And then identity-wise, who do you want to be remembered by? Right? Who do you want to be throughout this season? Do you want to be known as a team that can run the ball and have big offensive linemen? Like, I remember back in the day, Wisconsin was a team that had huge offensive linemen.
Sure, yeah.
And they had running backs, and it wasn't just someone like Melvin Gordon. They had running backs for days. And so you knew that Wisconsin was going to run the hell out of that football. All right, Oregon was, back in the day, high-flying, moving around, like fast-paced. That was their identity.
Yep.
But for Colorado, for the Buffaloes in 2025, who are you and what do you do a good job of? Can you run the ball? We don't run the ball enough, so I don't know. Can you pass the ball? Well, these receivers may get open, but do you have a quarterback that can throw the deep ball to them or throw an accurate pass? Defensively, who are you? Are you a stout defense and it's all about the trenches? Because supposedly you have a bunch of depth at the defensive line spot, but yet you guys are getting moved off the line of scrimmage and giving up big-time chunk plays. You have to have an identity no matter what you do, and then you go from there. And it's just it's frustrating and sad to hear. It's like, man, everybody that's successful has an identity.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos have an identity as a team, which is physical, which is high-flying. For Bo, they want to pass the ball a lot. At least we know that. Now, is it the right identity? I don't believe so. I think you need to run the ball, but hey, at least Sean knows what he wants to do. Deion doesn't know what he wants to do.
Well, he said that they have picked a quarterback for this weekend. When asked what he's looking for in the quarterback, he said leadership and consistency. You and I both believe Payton Salter will be out there playing quarterback for the Buffs this weekend.
Why is that? Why do you believe that?
Kind of for the same reasons we talked about yesterday. There's one guy that has a bunch of experience. There's two other guys who have barely played college football. And so you brought this kid in here. You probably made a mistake and jarred his confidence by literally after week one, playing two different quarterbacks in week two in addition to him, and then putting him back out there. Do you remember that at the?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was hard to watch, but I do believe they're going to go back to Payton Salter.
Yeah, I believe that's the plan, to go back with a guy that you believed in before the season started, that a lot of people in the building respect. And Payton Salter is a guy that's going around. Salter is a guy that's going around and talking to his teammates all the time. He's a guy that if you put the right plays for him, like the RPO, make him utilize his legs a little bit more, he'll have more success. So yeah, you go with somebody like that so that you can win this game against Wyoming. And then now it's like, what do you do once you get to conference play? Well, you have to have everything ready to go. A running back, receiver, quarterback, defense, everything has to be ready. The identity, we need to know who that is and what you guys are, who you guys at least are trying to be.
Yeah, trying to be, right.
Trying to be.
Right. All right, man, we'll see how it ages. We're going to continue to examine it through the rest of the week and ultimately do a full preview on Friday. Then they'll kick the ball off on Saturday night. ESPN, another nationally televised game for Deion and the Buffs. We'll see how it goes against Wyoming. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. If you want to react to any of that conversation, the RamosLaw.com text line is available to you. I mean, and it really is. I mean, so many responses come in when we have conversations like these about Deion and CU. We know it's a divisive topic. And then when he gives you the material like this on a day like today, we're going to talk about it. But I do want to shift gears here. And ask the question, is the Denver Broncos' reputation defensively matching up with recent reality? I want to examine the perception versus the performance. And I think the perception is, and I'm raising my hand for myself, that, hey, this can be the league's best defense. This is a top 5 defense that returns almost everyone. But since it returns almost everyone, I think it's fair to look at the last 7 games that the Broncos have played, going back to even last year, and combine them with the first 2 games of this year. And just as a built-in caveat, we're throwing out Week 18 against Kansas City. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, come on, that was JV. That was a JV game. Although it counted for the Denver Broncos and we needed that win to get into the playoffs, we also know that the Kansas City Chiefs did not play anybody that game.
No, it wasn't really reflective of NFL football, 38-0. So we take that out. This is the last 7 games for the Broncos defense. 29 points and 473 yards against Indianapolis. 12 points and 133 yards against Tennessee. That was a suffocating performance. Now we're back to last year. Buffalo in the playoffs, they gave up 31 points and 477 yards. The game before that was the Cincinnati game, where the Broncos defense gave up 30 points and 499 yards. The game prior to that was the Chargers, where the Broncos gave up 34 points and 380 yards. And the game before that, it was Monday Night Football, where they gave up 32 points and 552 yards against Cleveland. I know that we're going back to last year, but again, largest or best retention rate of anyone in the NFL, the Broncos had. So they're returning most of these guys. It's the same cast of characters, nearly. That is a 7-game sample size, Mr. Phillip Lindsay. I know it's not a full season, but it's also not 1 or 2 games. In the last 7 games, the Broncos defense is allowing an average of 26 points and 403 yards. Last season, 26 points per game would have ranked 29th in the NFL, and 403 yards allowed would have ranked 31st in a league of 32. What do you make of this this stretch of time?
Well, obviously, like when you're talking about these numbers, it's not good enough for a defense when you want to be number 1 in this league. When you want to be a stout defense that can stop the run and suffocate receivers and help yourself out and put quarterbacks in situations where it's 3rd and long or they go 3 and out, you're going to have to do better. But I will say this. As long as I've been around Coach Vance Joseph and his defense, he has always been a coach, and his defenses have always been defenses that bend but never break. They give up a bunch of yards, but then they get in the red zone and they stop them. And they stop them for 3 points, or maybe they get a turnover. That's something that has always been true when it came to VJ's defense. Now, I'm not saying that's great or it's something that doesn't need to change. You definitely need to change that and have more opportunities to stop them before they get to the middle of the field so they can force a punt. But also for VJ, Zach, he needs to do a better job of disguising his schemes. That's something that we talked about last year towards the end of the year. Teams started to understand and know what Denver was going to do, what blitzes were coming.
Yep.
Well, that seems to be the case right now early in week 2 when you're going up against quarterbacks that have seen a lot of football, that know how to make the right checks, that know, like, hey, I know a blitz is coming, so I'm not going to look at my first read because it's not there. I'm going to go right away to my hot route. That's an easy way just to get the ball out of your hands, and it puts pressure on the defense now because you have one less guy in coverage to stop these receivers. That's why they call them hot routes. VJ needs to go back to, okay, I know what I want to play. I know that I may want to play some man, but let's make it look like it's zone so a quarterback doesn't understand or doesn't know what's really coming. And when you do get the pressure, get to the quarterback. There was too many times on Sunday where you're bringing an inside linebacker, Alex Singleton, for a blitz. Jonathan Taylor or another running back picks it up, and now Daniel Jones has more time to pick the defense apart. If you're sending somebody on the blitz, you have to get pressure on that quarterback so that he makes a bad mistake or bad decision. So that's something that, like, over time, like, VJ is going to have to go back, look at his schemes, look at disguising these blitzes to help his defense out when they play against the Chargers, when they play against the Kansas City Chiefs, 2 quarterbacks that have played a lot of football and have been successful for a lot of years.
Well, it's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that, and this is almost the inverse of the conversation we were just having at CU. If you don't think you have a problem with your identity, it's hard to fix something that you don't believe you have a problem with in the first place. I think it's okay to admit that maybe the ceiling of this defense is the best in the league, but at the same time, over a 7-game sample size, if you're allowing 26 points and 403 yards, I think it's also okay simultaneously to be like, yeah, that's not good enough considering the resources that have been put on that side of the ball. I don't believe, Vance Joseph, because, and again, I see stuff like this, like, that's because VJ stinks. Look, if this doesn't work out with Vance Joseph long term, that's the life of the NFL coordinator. But I don't think Vance Joseph is a bad defensive coordinator. But there's real room for improvement here. I mean, there is real room for improvement. And
you'd rather do it early, though.
Totally.
Right? Like you'd
totally.
rather have this room for improvement. Like, it's week 2. Like, what does this defense look like week 5, week 8, week 10, week 17? That's when it really matters. Like, you're going to have games that you lose in the NFL. I'm sorry, guys. We're not going undefeated. Obviously, you know that now.
Yeah, totally.
So what does this defense look like against the Chargers, a team that's going to be in the playoffs? Can we find a way to finally beat a team with a winning record? Right now, we're 1-9.
Yeah, 1-9 since the start of last year.
Which is insane, but it starts with your defense, right? I always say, hey, defense wins championships. If we're going to beat these playoff teams, which we have a lot on their schedule, your defense is going to have to play well. VJ knows that. And there's going to be some pressure put on him because Sean has given him the tools, the players, to have success. You have Greg Penner, who has done a phenomenal job, Greg Penner and George, by paying these players like Zach Allen, Jonathan Cooper, Nick Benito a lot of money. Hafong is another one, Brandon Jones, PS2. Everybody has been paid on this team to go out there and produce.
It's true.
So that you can be a top 5 defense and maybe even number 1, but you got to go out there and prove it.
Well, someone says on the RamosLaw.com text line, after hearing those numbers about the defense, I feel like we've been bamboozled. The weak link of it all is the linebackers. They're too stiff. It's hard to watch, honestly. Yeah, they're and put your name on it. I'd love to give you a shout out.
They're too stiff.
That was hard to watch on Sunday. That was specifically from the inside linebacker position. But I would say this too, that there has been so much. Well, wait until Dre Greenlaw gets here. And I would just say I would temper the assumption that Greenlaw walks into the fold and it's just add water and stir, and this guy that hasn't played a snap for the Broncos, and very few of them in the last couple of years, is going to. I just want to be careful that.
No, but this is the truth, right? As an injury, the longer you're away from the game, like playing actual football, then you start to get out of shape. That's why when you have let's say, I just know with the running backs, like, hey, they say, hey, you're going to be out for 8 weeks. You're no good after that. Because by the time you come back, the season's over, your body's out of it, mentally you're not into it. And that's why you go through these camps, because it's a build-up for the season, so hopefully you stay healthy. For Dre Greenlaw, it's like at some point we need to see you. You're already going to be out of shape. And one thing I do know about Dre Greenlaw, because I played against him numerous times, is he's a great run stopper. He's going to come up, he's going to hit you in the mouth, he's going to help the defense out that way. But when it comes to isolating him out on the open field, getting one-on-one with him, that's what you would want to do with him or Alex Singleton, because they do not cover well. And that's just the truth. When I was with the Colts and we played San Fran, we would game plan, say, hey, Dre Greenlaw or Alex Singleton, because I was playing Alex Singleton. It's like we got to get them in open field, because they, like the texter said, they are stiff. They aren't good at covering shifty slots or a running back or a tight end that can run some really good routes. So for Dre Greenlaw, I caution everybody that like he is going to help us in the run game, but at defending the pass, that's not his strength.
Well, I would just say this. Inside linebackers struggling against speedy running backs and tight ends is not exclusive to the Broncos. That's a league-wide issue. So ways to go, growth to be had. You said a couple minutes ago you'd rather fix it early, and definitely, because the inverse happened last year. The Broncos defense for the first 2/3 really of the season was fantastic. And then it became very leaky to the point where in the last month of the season, the last 4 games, the Denver Broncos had the worst ranked total defense in the entire NFL. So, but this is like when we talk about identity, we were talking about the Buffs, like we were talking about identity with this team in the preseason, and take the offensive like dynamic out of it. The identity of the Broncos is still defense first. That is still the backbone of this team, even with the struggles that we're sort of documenting here in the last 7 games, allowing 403 yards a game and 26 points. It's still going to be the defense. So they have to get that figured out, or the Denver Broncos have a newfound ceiling on the 2025 season.
Are you concerned right now? Because somebody out there may be concerned, like, oh my God, the end of the world. It's week 2, but the defense doesn't look good. Are you concerned? Are you that guy? Are you that guy that I'm talking smack about?
I mean, a 7. Well, I don't want to. I think it's important to talk about the 7-game sample size, but I don't want to dwell on last year at the same time. But I think it's a disservice to not like shine some light on it, because 7 games, like, hey, we got all excited about Marvin Mims coming into this year based off 7 games.
Yep.
So 7 games is 7 football games.
But it's a new team though.
But
like a lot of the same players. But then you added Hufanga.
Yeah.
You added some depth pieces. You added Jahdae Barron.
Yeah.
Which means that this team should be better.
Should be,
yes.
It's
a team that has been put together for a couple years now. You paid everybody high top dollar because they're supposed to be out there making plays for you, and you had the depth. So I'm not gonna say I'm concerned.
Okay.
You may be different.
No,
it's week 2.
I mean, I'll say this: like, the sky is not falling, but to say that it's not on my radar after what we just watched on Sunday, I think again, you'd have a like kind of blinders on if you're not aware of at least the dynamics here. So, and it's only going to get tougher. As good as Daniel Jones is, like this challenge that's coming this weekend,
hey,
as good as Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor and Tyler Warren, those guys are great. I mean, this is comparable. It really is, if not a taller task when you start talking about Justin Herbert. And
well, I'll tell you this, Justin Herbert, he may not be worth a damn in the playoffs. But in regular season,
pretty good.
Really, really good. He's the type of guy that, like, he finds the right receivers at the right time. He's able to move out of the pocket. He has wheels, and he's smart with the football. And if you're not able to slow him down, or you're not able to disguise your defense, like I've just got done talking about, he will pick you apart. And we saw it last year.
We did.
So, like, hey, buckle up. If you're the defense, communicate. Be on the right page. When you have a chance to go and get to him for a sack, execute. Get to him, get that sack, make it hard, make it third and manageable so that you can get the offense back on the field as soon as possible.
Well, if the defense is anything like what we saw this past week, you got to hope that the Broncos win in a shootout, because allowing those 500 yards of offense and nearly 30 points, 1 point shy, and you're talking about a defense that allowed 3 passing plays of over 40 yards in the first half alone on Sunday. And the Colts averaged a staggering 9.8 yards on first down. That is not sustainable. So, all right, the landscape of the current AFC West, all right, after last night, the Chargers are alone in first place in the division. They are the current betting favorite to win the division. Kansas City sitting at 0-2, and even with the Raiders' loss, I walked away saying that is a far more competent operation, even despite the turnovers. That's going to be a tough football team. What do you make of the current landscape of the division?
It's tough. We knew that going into this, that it was going to be tough. Now, I didn't expect Kansas City to be 0-2 right now, but then again, when you look at who they've played, the Chargers, who Chargers always play Kansas City tough, and the Chargers are good. Let's be real.
Yep.
And then Kansas City had to play the Eagles.
Yep.
Who everybody's expecting the Eagles to win the Super Bowl again.
Kind of reminds me of Notre Dame through 2 weeks.
Yes.
0-2, but if you watch the games, they get beat by a really good Miami team. and then a really good Texas A&M team as well.
Now you have the Raiders. Now the Raiders don't look as good as the even it's crazy to say the Chiefs, who are 0-2, but the Raiders are figuring things out. Geno Smith had a horrible game.
Horrible.
3 interceptions,
Yeah.
only 180 yards passing.
Bad.
That can't happen as a vet. But also it's like, hey, they're trying to get things going to Ashton Genty. They're trying to figure things out in that offense. On top of that, their defense is playing solid football. I mean, Max Crosby almost took the ball from the running back. He forced that fumble, which was insane. All right, the defense is on a different level. They're communicating. They're physical. They're high flying. Like, you're gonna have to watch out for this defense because they're gonna slow some of these offenses down. So, I mean, come on, our division is tough. The AFC is tough in general. We know that.
It is.
So for Denver moving forward, you have to win these tough games. And right now, you're 1-9 against teams with a winning record. You cannot get beat by the Chargers knowing that, hey, the Chargers are 2-0. If they beat you, they're 3-0, and you're trying to win the division. That can't happen right now.
It can't. And it's almost like I cannot remember another team that started their season. Not saying it's never happened, but I just can't remember another team that started their season with 3 division games in a row. That is, have you ever heard of that?
No. But I mean, for the Chargers, it's like, let's get it out the way. Like, if we win and we go 3-0, we're leading the division. And then my guessing is like their schedule kind of gets easier in the middle, and then it picks right back up. Like, they're in a great position. For Denver, you have to stop it, and you have the team to do it. But then again, last year you lost twice to the Chargers.
Correct.
Sean, what do you do? It's a short week for the Chargers. Everything is in your hands, right? The ball's in your court, on your court. What do you do with that opportunity? Have to have a great game plan, like Shane Steichen had against us.
Yeah, it's true. And you know Broncos country is going to take over that stadium. But you are still the traveling road team, but they're also on short week, like you just mentioned. So, and then Kansas City, you know who they have this week? Revived Russ and the New York Giants.
Hey, put some respect on his name.
How about that?
He's leading the league in passing.
Is he?
He is.
With passing yards?
Yeah, who's number 2? Who do you think is number 2? And I know
okay.
I'm putting you on the spot.
That's okay. So Russell Wilson's number 1 in yards. Who's
1?
number 2? I'll say Daniel Jones.
Yes.
Is it Daniel Jones?
Daddy Dimes.
Wow.
And then number 3 is Justin Herbert.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
wow.
Here we go now.
Wow. Kansas City at New York. That game is interesting. It is. And guess what? It's Sunday Night Football on NBC.
Russ, are you gonna cook?
This is the matchup that we thought was going to be for years to come here in Denver. I remember, and it feels a little bit goofy now, or someone could say maybe not because Russ has played better here. But I remember the day that the news broke, being like, the Broncos can now march into Arrowhead with their head held high, knowing that they have a quarterback that can go toe-to-toe with Mahomes. And obviously it didn't...
this is not a drill.
It didn't quite work out like that.
This is not a drill.
But we get to see that matchup on Sunday Night Football. Patrick Mahomes at... how about this? Someone's going to win. It's 0-2 against 0-2.
He said somebody's going to win.
So who's going to 0-3? Do we have a number on the game? Yes, we do. Kansas City is a 6.5-point favorite as the road team. Kansas City, 6.5-point favorite as an 0-2 road team. So, yeah, it's getting fun, man. It's getting fun. Hopefully the Broncos can take care of business. And if they do, they will sort of, I think, reset things. But for right now, I think there's a little bit of angst here. You know,
as there should be. There should be some pressure in that facility to get things done. Like, there's been a lot of talking by your head coach.
Correct.
Now it's time to go out there and put up or shut up. And we all believe that the Denver Broncos will do that.
For this weekend?
Yeah, well,
let's continue to talk about it. Don't speak. Please speak for yourself.
Well, like, by the end of the year, I feel confident that we're gonna have at least 10, 11 wins, and we're gonna be in the playoffs.
All right. Still gathering the information. Still gathering the information on who this football team is going to be.
Got to have an identity first.
We'll see. All right. I was made fun of earlier this summer for asking Sean Payton a certain question, but with new evidence. Maybe there was actually something to it? That's next.
Is a key offseason acquisition for the Broncos already being forgotten about?
I'm not expecting much from Dre Greenlaw all year, and so I'm setting the bar really low. Hopefully he can return at some point. He just can't stay healthy. He hasn't been healthy since he's been here.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Broncos country, summer is over, and you know what that means. Football is back, baby, and this means it's time for game days. Whether you're heading to Empower Field or traveling to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, you have to get there on time and in style. And speaking of games for the Denver Broncos, you can get up to 30% off of your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for the entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30 when you book your luxury transportation. Again, enter that code PL30 so that you can have your luxury transportation to Empower Field. So what I'm trying to tell you is let my friends at Hermes Worldwide handle the traffic and parking so that you can focus on the big things, watching your team stack those wins. And Hermes Worldwide will get you to and from the game safely. You can't beat that. So give them a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, you can give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
At Berg Simpson, we are passionate about what we do. We bring that passion and our expertise to the office and courtroom every single day. We're always working hard and are committed to doing everything we can to give our clients the best opportunity to have a great result.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Huge heat pump rebates have been extended and are still available. My team at ROX are heat pump experts. The energy rebates and tax credits are unreal right now. You can get up to $12,000 off a new heat pump system, the best way to heat and cool your home. Colorado's hometown team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, gonna cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well,
I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Most business owners and decision makers work hard but stay frustrated because customers simply don't know they exist. Marketing isn't about being flashy. It's about making sure people understand how you solve their problem. Audio, video, and online campaigns put your message where your customers are already paying attention. And your friends at Denver Sports, they specialize in connecting customers to businesses. The moment you get clear and show up consistently, growth follows. Don't stay the best kept secret in town. Visit DenverSports.com and click on the Advertise with Us button and start growing today.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR, advancedhair.com.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, bottom half of hour number 4. Really fun show today. It has really flown by. Thank you guys for being here with us, hanging out, chopping it up. Phil, I was being made fun of earlier this summer.
Poor Zach.
Yeah. Being made fun of by another sports talk show host.
I remember you came
in Denver.
You were crying a little bit.
It broke my heart, man.
What's wrong with you? Everything okay? Yeah, somebody's being mean to me.
So I was getting poked at. Let's call it that. Earlier this summer because
bullied.
It was I was bullied. It was the last day of OTAs, and OTAs don't have the sort of sometimes heaviness or seriousness that training camp or even mandatory minicamp can have. So it was the last day of OTAs, and two things happened leading up the week of the last day of OTAs. One, Pat Surtain on the record said that he would like to play for Team USA's first ever flag football team in 2028 in Los Angeles. And then within a 2-day period of that happening, report comes out from Pro Football Talk that says there are already several NFL coaches interested in being the first flag football coach. And there is something cool, and there's like luster behind this. Like if we still remember the 92 Dream Team, the first time that pro players could ever play in the Olympics. And this is a brand new frontier of flag football being an Olympic sport.
Why wouldn't you as a player, why wouldn't you want to be a part of the Olympics, have a chance to win a gold medal, and you'll have a great chance to do that, and be the first to do it? Like as a football player, I wish I could go out there and do it.
Sure.
It's just another accomplishment. Wow, we did it. We got the chance to do it, and you're reaching out to not just here, but everywhere around the world,
right,
doing something like that.
Well, we see what coaches want to get involved on the basketball side in the Olympics. It's a big deal. Like Coach K, Steve Kerr, Greg Popovich. How about this news that came out last night? That Sean Payton was announced as one of the headliners for the Fanatics Flag Football Classic in Saudi Arabia this spring. It'll be held in the month of March. And it'll be Sean Payton, it'll be Pete Carroll, and it will be Kyle Shanahan coaching 3 different flag football teams that include Tom Brady, Saquon Barkley, CeeDee Lamb, Christian McCaffrey, Sauce Gardner, Myles Garrett, Brock Bowers, Max Crosby, Tyreek Hill. Gronk.
Uh-oh.
Cecil was right.
He's right. Take that, y'all.
The event is going to be on Fox Sports. All right. The event will feature 3 teams of 8 players facing off in a round-robin tournament with the top 2 teams advancing to the championship. The games are going to be the Olympic-style flag football. Same rules, same field, a 50-yard field with 2 10-yard end zones, 5-on-5 format, 2 20-minute halves. What do you make of this, man?
I mean, it's something that at some point is going to happen anyway. It's something that we're going to talk about. It's fun. It's exciting. There's a lot of young kids like your son that are playing flag football. It's
Sure.
something it introduces you to football, and then you go from playing flag to usually playing tackle. But I don't know. In today's world, there's going to be a lot of times where the parents are like, let's just stick with flag. Flag's becoming that big
It is.
where it's becoming its own entity. It's like we don't have to sit here and watch our son get his head bashed in. You know, you don't have to be Phillip Lindsay and stumble through his words because he got CTE.
Oh, my God.
You could be Zach By. Head full of hair. Nice smile.
Oh, my gosh. No, but if a flag has exploded for sure.
Yes.
And I asked Sean about it earlier this summer. And, you know, he hit me with a, you know, because I asked him about the coaching in the Olympics potentially. And he's like, when is that? Like 2028. He goes, and it was on a Thursday. He goes, I'm worried about Friday, right? All good. But here he is dipping his toe into these waters. And I'll say this about Sean Payton, and you already know this to be true. Sean Payton loves himself some attention. And the
He
guy
loves himself too now.
He does. And he does more interviews than anyone else in the National Football League. That's just who Sean is. And so if the spotlight in 2028 is going to be as big on this is going to be a huge deal once we inch up to this. And I know it feels like a long way off, but I firmly believe that Sean Payton does have interest in this. And I would even go so far to say that I think that because of these 3 NFL coaches getting involved in this, I would not be surprised at all if the head coach is ultimately either Sean Payton or someone like Kyle Shanahan.
All right. So tell me this. Is that good for the Denver Broncos when it comes to shouldn't all your time be on making sure we win this year and the year after that? What if we don't end up having a good season? Knock on wood.
And you're saying this event, this spring?
Yeah. Then what? Like, we're going to be sitting here talking about, why are you doing this flag football thing when you need to be getting ready for the season and figuring out what this team is going to look like next year? Now, I do understand, like, hey, if Denver does what we all think they should do and they get to the playoffs, make some noise, it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about it. It gives us something to talk about.
Right.
But if that's not the case,
it's
like, you know, everything should be towards the Denver Broncos and making sure we have success that next year.
You're saying, like, will it be a bad look?
Yeah, will it be a bad look?
If the Broncos don't have success this year after Sean's talking about Super Bowl and then he's coaching flag football in Saudi Arabia in March.
You can't be afraid to talk about Super Bowl, Zach.
You shouldn't be, but it's different when you talk to your team and then you do national media talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. If the Broncos like fall short, especially if they're like, let's just say they catch red lights and it's closer to the floor and they're 7-10, 8-9, and Sean's coaching flag football in Saudi Arabia in March. Yeah, I think it'd be fair to say that it wouldn't be the best look, but also I don't think that'd be a good enough reason not to do it. You know, and you're right. We'll definitely be talking about it.
Oh yeah,
but. Yeah, I
and this something like, how long ago was this planned? Do we know that? Like, how
it's a
long
good
ago
question.
This was planned? Like,
I don't know.
Maybe right after you asked him that question, he kind of blew you off. He went back and was like, hey, maybe I should do this. Put some calls in. I want to be the coach of a flag football team. It's me, Sean Payton. I love it all.
You know, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. It'll just be something to watch. 2028 is a far way away. March of 26, that's pretty close. That's a handful of months away. So what does this look like? Gronk's playing? Tom Brady's playing? I mean, these are some of the heaviest hitters in the NFL. Saquon, CeeDee, Christian, Sauce. Myles Garrett, Brock Bowers, Mad Max? I don't know. Interesting. All right. Does someone at this station owe us an apology? The answer is yes. Will we get that apology? We'll find out next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service. Really? Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you, which means you'll save hundreds for your business and get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots on us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year, you guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 10/21/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of 1 unlimited intra-line applied via 12 monthly internet bill credits. 1 discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data and service series. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Q1 to Q2 2025.
Brenda Stokely from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
I do. Everyone does. But even the best deal in the market becomes high if rates fall in the future. So now what? Go through all the expense again? No. Just go to U.S. Mortgages and get our trademarked lowest rate for life product. It allows you to get your savings today and lock in at below market rates like our 4.75 5-year fixed that has a 5.89 APR.
Wait, 4.75% 5 years fixed?
Yes, and even if the market does improve further, great. We redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee, and there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. So stop waiting for rates to get better and wasting money. Lock in your savings now and know you're 100% protected with lowest rate for life. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com. Rate must be locked by 9/16.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Mike Evans here for Copperhead Plumbing. Your home doesn't have to flood before you know there's a problem. With the Mow and Flow Smart Water Shutoff System, you can monitor your home's water usage in real time right from your phone. You'll get notified the moment a leak starts. Trust Copperhead Plumbing for professional installation. Ask about installing a Mow and Flow system today.
Copperhead Plumbing, built to last. Call us once, you'll forget the past.
Copperhead Plumbing. They plumb different. They plumb custom.
Texting
privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Replace stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text STUDENT to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text STUDENT to 323232 right now. Text STUDENT to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's STUDENT to 323232. Text STUDENT to 323232 now.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go. Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Hey, real quick, gotta let you guys know, this Friday, the 19th, we are heading out on the road to Golden for a Bud Light Football Friday. We're going to be live from Buffalo Rose from 2 to 6 p.m. All right? Tell a friend. Bud Light will be giving away a pair of tickets to Broncos-Bengals Monday Night Football game, along with 2 Bud Light VIP tailgate passes. You must be 21 to enter that contest. Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. You do not need to be 21 to meet us at Buffalo Rose. If you want to bring the kids with you, we would love to see you this Friday. We were in Golden last year, and it was an absolute hoot of a time. Looking for the same experience on Friday. All right, friend of the show, maybe a little bit of a frenemy on a day like today. The scrappy one, the scrapster, Scrap Peterson. What up, Will?
What up, boys? How we doing?
Doing fantastic.
I still consider both you friends.
Of course. We would never let the sports discourse get in the way of a friendship. But that being said, your tone last Thursday was so dismissive. Me and Phil trying to be good friends and steering you towards the light, saying, hey, let's take this Colts team seriously. NFL changes so rapidly year to year. Little quarterback rehab for Daniel Jones. He looked great in week number 1. Let's take them seriously. This is an NFL team. You're going on the road. And you gave some version of Daniel Jones stinks. There's no way this is going to be an issue. You were defiant in your stance. And I'm just curious, are you here to admit the error of your ways?
Wow. Okay. Well, first of all, I think there's some people to blame besides me. Those would be Darren Rizzi, Dondrea Tillman, Will Lutz, Sean Payton, Alex Singleton, Bo Nix, and Pat Surtain. So those guys are the reason the Broncos lost to the Colts, not me. And second of all, they were winning 28-20 with 13 minutes to go in the second half and did not score a single point the rest of the football game. If that offense could have kept operating, if Will Lutz could make a kick, if they don't overly aggressively try to block a 60-yard field goal.
There's a lot of ifs in there, man.
I'm taking victory laps on you guys today.
Of course you would be, and this is the inverse of that. So why don't you just say, you guys were right, I was too dismissive, and for the first time in at least 2025, say, yeah, I was wrong.
Well,
come on now, Will.
I guess I was wrong. I didn't realize Darren Rizzi was this bad at his job. Pardon me for that.
Come on.
That this special teams coordinator
always comes with a caveat or a qualifier.
Doesn't have his kicker ready to kick a 43-yarder that he has to make and he doinks, and doesn't have his defense, A, knowing the rules. I mean, come on, you got to know the rules, and B, trying to block a 60-yard field goal for a kid whose career high was 54 when he was in college. What are we doing?
But Darren Rizzi didn't give up over 400 yards. Like, this is a team thing, man. We did not go in there with the right mindset. We talked about it earlier, and of course, like there was mistakes that were made. It's a 60-minute football game, but you have to respect what the coach did.
And
the
don't
coach
forget,
were able to do it.
It was super close with or without the field goal as well. And all we were trying to say is set up the framework for a game that had a spread of 1.5 and was decided by 1, right?
Crazy.
I think 1.
Yeah.
So just one time, take out the I guess. Can you just say you guys are right and I was wrong? Does Will have it in him?
Yep. Phil told me that it wasn't Darren Rizzi's fault they gave up 400 yards. I did mention Alex Singleton, one of the worst games I've ever seen him play. Pat Surtain, I don't know if it was the ankle or not, but we haven't seen him picked on like that in, 3-4 years? I had defensive players in my list of things that went wrong as well.
But Daniel Jones did a hell of a job.
Hold on. Will, can you just do it? Do you have it in you? I'm going to try one more time to just say, yeah, you guys were right about that one. I was wrong.
It was a closer game than I expected. You guys were right about that one. There you go.
My God.
There you go.
God almighty.
No, it was. It was a close game. My point was it probably shouldn't have been close. When you're up 28-20 and you kind of take the air out of them with that great drive to start the third quarter, you got to put the foot on the throat. I don't think the Broncos know how to finish opponents, fellas. And that, to me, is concerning.
Well, I put this out on social media earlier today. We talked about it in the 3 count. The Broncos have played in 9 one-possession games since the start of last year, and they are 2-7 in those games. So does that mean that's going to be who they are here moving forward? No, but I think it's too glaring to not at least take a look at.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be a team that's gonna make some noise in the playoffs, you're gonna have to beat these really good teams that are gonna be in the playoffs. 1 and 2, you're gonna be in games that are dogfights. There are one possession games. There are 1-score games. Can you pull that out? And it takes time to learn how to win. It takes time to learn how to win in big moments. And that's Bo making the right decisions all the time. That's someone like Cortland Sutton who's getting paid a lot of money to make a big-time play. And that's sticking with your run game and leaning on your defense and your defense, finding ways to be stout. Not just bending and not breaking, but being stout and coming up with a huge turnover, a huge interception, a forced fumble like they did a couple times last year.
But Phil, this is year 3 of Sean Payton. Hey, how much longer are we going to have to learn before we just do? Zach loves to talk about how it's the same roster or very close to the same roster that it was a year ago. These guys should have learned how to win by now.
Well, you still have Bo's still young. You know, like
but I will say,
in there.
It's not a young football team. I just want to keep emphasizing that. These are a group of veterans. They're not the youngest team in their own division. They're not the second youngest team in their own division. So, but they do experience time on task, and that's still part of it. But
we're not learning every day. I mean, Will, you're learning not to go against me and Zach.
No, Will has it all figured out. Don't you know?
I do think this is going to haunt him all season, though. I wrote about that this morning. This is going to be the loss that come December, we're going to be going if you'd only beaten the Colts. Because 2 things. 1, now if you're both 9-8, you're going to your couch. They're going to the playoffs because the tiebreaker's head-to-head. And 2, all of a sudden, this game against the Chargers is just massive. You should be 2-0. This should be for first place in the division.
I agree.
Instead, if you lose, you're looking up as a 1-2 team to a 3-0 football team that may win 13, 14 games, and you're in trouble. I'm not saying the AFC West stream is dead if you lose on Sunday, but that's a big hole to dig out of. This is going to be a game, Phil, that you guys are rolling in here around Christmas going, would have been really nice to have that Colts victory. I promise you, this is going to lurk all season as a black eye on this football team.
Yeah, but also, this is the thing, too. Like, in the NFL, you're going to lose some more games. Like, that's just part of the game. Now, if you're Kansas City and you find ways to win a bunch of these games, cool. But you're going to drop a couple of these games. I'd rather us lose to the Colts and beat the Raiders, the Chargers, the Chiefs. Then we'll be just fine. So they do have to, of course, you want to win every game, but you have to definitely take care of the division. You definitely have to make sure that you win at least one of those, one each game, right? You got the Raiders, you got the Chargers, and then Kansas City, you got to at least win one of them each time.
So split with all 3 at a minimum. All right, we'll see. Will, you see my shirt today?
Yes, perfect timing. Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur Sanders perfect timing shirt. I had to buy the shirt and wear it because I was wrong about something and made a bet. Let's give you one more lifeline. Is there an ounce of humility in Will Peterson? Will you just say, yeah, you guys were right, I was wrong? Last chance, please.
We should have made a wager. Could have come in with a T-shirt. Maybe a Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes type shirt. That could have been on the line. Listen, you guys were right that the Colts are better than I thought they were. Is that good enough for you? The Colts are better than I thought they were.
But he just can't say I was wrong. It's implied. His lips don't move like that. Like it's a reflex.
You were wrong. It's okay.
I was misguided.
All right, the Denver Sports Tonight's coming up next.
Dover and Cecil.
The right decision is announcing Julian Lewis as the starting quarterback the rest of the season. The answer is Julian Lewis. Stop playing these stupid games. You're not winning anything this year with Caden Salter or Ryan Staub. Let's develop Julian Lewis so that we don't waste next year either.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, gentlemen? If you're driving down the street right now and you're wondering, man, why am I so tired? Why can't I get up in the mornings? Or hey, my workouts are just not like they used to be. Guys, then you need to head on down to Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic ASAP because they're experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. They successfully treated tens of thousands of men that are dealing with low T like you may be dealing with. And a lot of those men can sit here and say today they've seen amazing differences that those treatments can make in their life. And why do they feel that way? Because just within a few weeks, you'll feel your energy return, the brain fog will go away, your sleep will improve, as will the workouts. And your sex drive, fellas, the most important part about it is being able to have great sex will be significantly enhanced as well. So all I'm asking you to do is take the Low T quiz on their website. It's a simple 10-question quiz full of yes or no answers. It takes 2 minutes to do. Then you'll schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They'll draw your blood and have the results within 30 minutes. Guys, they have 5 locations in Colorado to serve you, so there are no excuses. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, which, by the way, that location is new and improved. They've done a lot of work to it. I encourage anybody out there to go and visit that place. And also, you can go to Colorado Springs. So give them a call today. at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Donnie here with Fitness Gallery. I'm thrilled to invite you to our biggest event of the season, the summer clearance sale happening right now at all 7 of our Colorado